I won't bless that guy, that son of a
that son of a that poor son, that poor son, that
son of a bitch.
Hello. Whatever.
Hello.
Hello. I'm back. The PCP is back. And better than ever.
I don't know about that one.
I'm sorry. I'm feeling... you ever have one of those days where you're like, don't bother me till I've had my coffee, but then you get your coffee and you still don't want to be bothered?
Yeah, that's cold every day.
That's me. I've been up for exactly half an hour. And the big news for me is that I got new internet, which means it's time for me to try to start streaming soon. I'm going to stream.
Hooray.
I'm gonna try to stream. I want to stream the whole Battle Network series. Sometime this week I'll try like a test stream, and if it works with no problem, then I will announce that the Battle Network extravaganza will begin. And then I'll be doing that for God knows how long.
And I'll make sure to stream at exactly the same time to pilfer viewers.
Yes, we should divide and conquer, they say. They mean it about yourself. I'm just looking. Oh, and I'm just seething. I'm just seething because this is my first time trying a Discord call with my new internet, and it's working fine. It's working great, except that the little green ring that says I'm talking isn't working. And I can't stand it.
I mean, I can see it, so I guess
Yeah.
Your Discord's a little cringe at the moment.
Inexplicable. Yeah, well, let me complain about other problems. The internet seems to be working good, except for this. But this is probably not even a real problem. But there is another real problem, which is I had a torrents. My torrents were downloading, and I had one torrent I was downloading, and it has stopped downloading since I switched networks. And I don't know if it has anything to do with the network itself, or if maybe there's just no seeding the torrent anymore. It could just be a coincidence. But I got this big torrent that I was downloading for weeks, and now it's stuck at like 70% done. And it was going to be maybe another week, and I just want it. I just want it so bad, and I don't know what to do. I'm lost.
What are you torrenting? What are you stealing?
I'll just say it. Since I had thought that I might do a history of Digi, or the history of the PCP sort of lecture, I was torrenting the Digibro archive just to have everything, because the archive is. Yeah, I mean it's a lot. It's like I think it's almost like 100. I think it's like almost a terabyte all told. Like the entire archive in all 5 parts.
Are you gonna watch it?
No, God, no. I'm just putting it in a folder to just have it for reference in case I need stuff. But yeah, the first parts 1, 2, 3, and 5 are done, and part 4 is 600 gigabytes, and it is about 500 of it is done, and now it's just kind of stuck there, and it's just yeah. Maybe I'll ask Tarbuck. If he can seed again or something, because I see 0 seeds, so might not have anything to do with my internet, actually.
I can't imagine that many people are seeding that specific thing.
No, but I mean, it did get this far. There were people seeding it up to, to get me this 70% done. So, it should work. Why would it stop now?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Okay. All right. Well, that's all.
The last week, Sorry for not appearing.
No problem. No problem. You gotta. Nobody's perfect.
Yeah. But this whole last week I have been mostly binging Better Call Saul. You ever heard of that?
Yeah, I watched the first, I think, like 3 seasons of it. I watched it up to when it was current, when I watched it like 3 or 4 years ago, I think. So I never finished it. Have you finished it?
I mean, it's finished, and I'm on the last season right now, just beginning it.
Okay, so we might be pretty. I might have gotten to about the same place you have, or something like that. Yeah, it was a good show. I did like it, but I never. Yeah, it wasn't done back when I watched it, and I've kind of been meaning to finish it ever since I heard it finished, and everyone says Bob Odenkirk is such a genius, and la di da.
Bob Odenkirk is such an actor.
I like Bob Odenkirk.
He's great.
He's an actor. He's a good comedian, too. You ever see Mr. Show?
I didn't see Mr. Show, but I did see him on Tim and Eric's awesome show as like some of the Cinco product stuff.
I think I think Bob Odenkirk might have been like one of the guys who sort of like backed Tim and Eric in their early days. I think he sort of might have been their like patron.
Maybe. I don't know.
I've heard that somewhere.
The lineage of these things.
That's just something I heard. But anyway, yeah, I Better Call Saul. Do you like it? Is it good?
I like good. It. I think Breaking Bad is a better show.
Wow.
But I think this is the thing. People
I've heard people go both ways on that.
I mean, I was sold on Better Call Saul being like way better. Well, not way better, but like it's better than Breaking Bad, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, it's the same show guys, same writers, they're probably good. It is very good.
Gilligan, right? Vince Gilligan. The, like, showrunner, yeah.
I have one major problem with it. It's not like a deal breaker, but it is undeniable that this is not actually a Saul show. It is 2 shows. It is a lawyer show about the rise of Saul Goodman from his lowly status as a little boy behind a nail salon.
Yeah.
And then it's also the story of Mike Ehrmantraut and his introduction into the criminal underworld.
Mike is the old guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like these shows, but I think they sort of take
Mike should have had his own show?
I think they take a little too much away from each other, because they don't really meet up until like season 5. They sort of like have passing like interactions here and there early on, and then season 3 and stuff. But like mostly it's like Kim Wexler, Jimmy McGill, Chuck, and all that lawyer stuff. And then separately, almost completely separate at points, is Mike and Gus and the Salamancas. And that's... I think it's just made for the show being like very slow paced. And I was like, when are they gonna do something together? And it's like right at the end of the show, and it's like now it's ramping up. And I do like all the seasons. I don't have like problems with the show, but I feel like it was overhyped in that sense. Because like if you watch Breaking Bad, seeing how Gus built his empire, or like it's interesting, it's cool, and Mike is cool, and it's like cool.
Yeah.
But it's sort of like fan service in a good way, but like it's still fan service. It doesn't like propel the story of Jimmy McGill. It sort of like takes away from it, sort of pauses his story to talk about this thing for a bit, and then very slowly both stories. That's the pacing. That's the pacing issue I have. That's my major issue. It causes a pacing issue.
Do you think that like the Gus and Mike backstory, do you think it like doesn't really add to the characters that were already established in Breaking Bad?
I think in Breaking Bad the characters are very well established, And this is just sort of like, it's like ancillary material. You know, if you want to know a little bit extra, it's like behind the scenes, not behind the scenes, but like extra content, DLC bonus episodes.
the Gus DLC. Sure, I understand.
Because like everything, obviously, Breaking Bad is made to be contained, so like every character in there is explained just enough so that they are compelling, and you care about them, and you care about what they're doing, and all the while, Walter White is a far more insane protagonist that drives the story forward a lot more quickly, and everything is connected to him, and I think Breaking Bad just makes for a better viewing experience overall. But I do like Better Call Saul. Don't kill me. Don't kill me, everyone. It's very good. I like all the perfectly cinematographed, great acting. I love Kim Wexler. She's the best character ever.
Which one's Kim Wexler?
The ponytail lady.
What does she do? I do remember her. I kind of am...
She's Jimmy's best friend, lawyer lady.
Okay. What does she do, though?
She does lawyering.
Okay, that's good.
And she's a friend, and she's a strong character. She has sometimes not more protagonism power than Jimmy, but like I feel like you could have a show about Kim. Probably. She's got enough like gumption for that. That's cool.
Okay. I'm looking at a weird video of a Pokemon.
Nice, as usual.
And it's fucked up. Do you want to hear some great news?
Some great news, yes.
Some incredibly. Well, you know Ben Hughes, right? On Twitter.
No.
You will he's the Team Eeyore stared at Ediolops, a prehistoric cesiosaur synapsids that lived in southwestern United States at early Permian period. Team Eeyore, which is Team Eeyore and his 6 girlfriends. What is it? Ruth Powers, Laura Powers, Alton Taylor, Ruth Powers Jr. Who's the other 2 girlfriends? He's got 6 girlfriends.
I believe it.
I mean, I'm a big Eeyore fan, and I've been a lifelong Team Eeyore. So, you know, I get it. I can't remember the names of the other. It's these 2 even more obscure characters than Ruth Powers Jr., if you can believe it.
They are Simpsons females.
Yeah, Simpsons females stared in awe at Platyhysterix, a prehistoric temnospondyle amphibian with sailback. Anyway, the great news is, turns out Team Eeyore got married on New Year's. They got married on January 1st, 2023, and now the 6 girlfriends have become 6 wives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, Eeyore.
I guess get it, Eeyore. Because I just saw him. I saw him posting about Eeyore and his wives, aka Team Eeyore, and I said I didn't know they were married, and he told me they got married on New Year's, and I said congratulations. I almost said many happy returns, because I know that in Winnie the Pooh, at least in the old Winnie the Pooh, they say many happy returns to Eeyore. I think it's to Eeyore on his birthday. But it turns out many happy returns is specifically a birthday thing. You don't just say that on like any happy occasion. You say it on your birthday. So I didn't say that.
Why is that? What does it mean? I hope you return to the same date next year?
Yes, I think it basically means I hope you'll have many more birthdays that are happy.
Oh, yeah, if you say that during a wedding.
Yeah, it'd be weird. So I dodged that bullet. I wouldn't want to embarrass myself in front of Ben Hughes, the Simpsons ninjas, no sexy for me and free guy. I should draw him some ninjas. Did you draw him some ninjas, or did someone else?
Someone else did. I can't remember if I. No, I don't think so.
A couple people have. I kind of would like to, just for fun, but also I don't want to.
It would be difficult to not draw sexy. No sexy.
I mean, I would not struggle with that part of it.
Well, I'm saying I would.
I would just struggle with just motivating myself to do anything part of it.
Oh, bro.
Bro.
Wait. That's so
That's so relatable. Artist problems. Look at the blank page. Meme where SpongeBob looks at the blank page and it has the big fancy "the" written on it.
At least he wrote a "the."
Yeah.
Well, at least he wrote a big...
What have I ever done?
But yeah, I've been, it's like January, it's cold. I could have started the new year being like, hitting the ground running, being like, okay, it's time to work. But it's cold, and I don't wanna. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna binge Better Call Saul till it's warm.
Yeah.
Then I can come out of my cocoon.
I said that I was gonna have that stuff done by the end of the year, and it's 2 weeks into the new year, and it's not done. Make no excuses. But yesterday I did work on it some more, and it's coming along. And it's just really, I think I've complained about this before, so I won't go into it too long. But I'm just literally like taking blocks of text and moving them around, and just trying to make them fit on as few pages as possible. And it's just very tedious, and it's very dull work, and I don't like it. And I've been procrastinating, like the name of the podcast. And I've been playing Noita again. I've fallen back into my old ways of playing Noita, which is a terrible thing. Noita is a bad game for me. It's a good game for you, the listener, and you should try it and play it. But for me, it's bad because I understand it too well, and it's just like playing solitaire now. It's just like playing anything. Yeah. It's just going through the motions.
I mean, solitaire can be fun, even if you know how to do it.
Well, I don't play it. I don't actually know how to do it. But sure, it's fun. It's fun, I guess, but it's ultimately a waste of time. It's not that.
I mean, most things are. If they're a video game experience, it's just like whatever. I mean, I've been doing that. I play like Picross on like a random Picross generator, and I fail over and over again. It's just like, well, I mean, I'm sitting here. Like, what am I actually doing? I'm sitting here listening to something and clicking cubes, clicking squares,
clicking cubes like an addict. You just can't get enough cube clicking.
And I'm like, oh, really? I should be doing some other game, a better game. But then, like, every game is just clicking squares. Like,
when you get right down to it, it's true. It's true.
So it doesn't really matter. Like, there's this, I don't know, compulsion, this feeling of, like, worthiness. Like, you need your time to be filled with the best shit, like the absolute best stuff ever.
Yeah.
And I have all of these games, like, oh, I could play that game again.
I could be experiencing the classics, the canon, the masterpieces.
I could go to the Criterion Collection. Let's see what they got.
Why did I waste, man, in the time I've spent playing Noita, I could have played The Last of Us, the only video game to tell a story in ever. Yeah, I could have played it like 200 times.
But then I go back to like, I'm just gonna hop on RuneScape and click some coal ore, get some coal for like an hour or 3, and I'm like, wow, I could have done it other games, but I don't know. Do I need to worry about that?
You could have been mining that coal in real life. You could have that much real coal.
Yeah, we got an energy crisis right now. There's the fuel prices are through the roof. I just need to go into like the mines and get some free coal.
What we have, Gib, is a crisis of democracy. Instead of playing video games, you could have gone to Ukraine and defended democracy against the East, against the insidious Orient. What do you have to say for yourself?
They're transphobic. They wouldn't give me a gun.
That's true. All right. You know what? You got a better excuse than I do. there's for me, I have no good reason to not go over there and join the Azov battalion.
Specifically them.
It's the only one I've heard of. So yeah, I checked the box on that one on my sign up sheet.
I mean, you are a grizzled veteran. You know, you have all the qualities.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm Slavic. I'll fit right in. I'll just change the spelling of my name. Just change the I to a Y.
A PCP from the fucking trenches.
Radcon 5 live from Kyiv.
I mean, Kyiv's alright.
We're being shelled. Oh yeah, is Kyiv alright?
Kyiv's mostly alright.
Oh good.
We should go to the front lines. We should get the real action shots.
Yeah, we should do.
It'd be like Radcon Arena. Radcon 3 Arena, but in real life with real guns.
Oh god, yes.
We get the GoPros back.
We finally these GoPros are paying for themselves. Did you see? I have two things. Did you see like the Miss Universe pageant? Did you see the Ukraine Miss Universe?
I don't know. I've never watched Miss anything.
Okay, well, the Miss Universe pageant, I guess, was this week, and I saw some clips of some. There was one thing where they all just came out on stage wearing this huge, elaborate, like, costume that like represented their country, and America's was fucking stupid.
Was it a burger?
No, it was the moon.
Well, because they went to it.
I don't know if is this supposed to be like a dig at Russia? Like, we beat you to the moon, idiots? Because I don't like. What about America? Why would they be like, oh yeah, it's 2023. What has America done? Well, we went to the moon. That's pretty good.
It was a while ago, but yeah.
Yeah.
The flag's still there as far as I know. Probably.
Has
another, like, landing of a human person taken place on the moon since the first one?
Well, I think America's been to the moon a bunch of times. But
like, I mean, as like a landing expedition. Because that's more confusing than like a satellite or like a little robot collecting samples or whatever.
I want to say I think so. There's been a few. Hang on. But anyway, I just bring it up because Miss Ukraine just looked so fucking awesome. I'm gonna try to get pictures. Yeah, here I'll find a frickin' picture of this goddamn bullshit.
Oh, it's ContraPoints.
She kind of does look like ContraPoints. You know what? Oh my.
This is a ContraPoints like costume in a video.
Yeah,
it's exactly what she would wear.
The Odessa Journal reported on it.
She got a sword. This is cool.
She's the Archangel Michael, or she's dressed like the Archangel Michael.
She looks like some of those like.
I'm sorry,
powerful alliance priests in World of Warcraft. With the funny stuff.
It's a bit 40K. It's a bit Warhammer 40K looking. She looks like a sister of battle who would be leading like a Space Marine battalion or something. I mean, I'm sorry, but like, it rules. It's awesome. It's my aesthetic.
I like it. Yeah. I'm just imagining Miss America like just wearing like a sphere of the moon with her head popping out the top.
Well. Let me.
Is that what it looked like?
No,
because that should have been it. She should have rolled onto stage.
No, it looked like freaking this for some reason is what they decided to go with. I'm sure. Oh, freaking Miss El Salvador was a Bitcoin, which is like even worse. So like in terms of like cringy costumes. Oh
my god, she's Megamind.
Yeah. Yeah, there's Miss USA, and here's Miss El Salvador on the left. I don't know what country that is on the right. You know, kind of funny.
It's Vegapunk's giant brain.
You mean the moon?
The moon. It's just it's a very, very funny bulbous thing on the top of the head.
I'm thinking it's got to be like a weird like fuck Russia thing. Why?
Probably,
What?
yeah.
Who fucking cares about the moon? Yeah, it's the Ukraine one. The lady comes out and the announcers. Yeah, it's about like like the Archangel Michael is like aiding them in the fight, right? Like references to their fight, their battle. So it's like Russia, and I mean, frankly, just made me think that maybe the Russians were right. Maybe Ukraine's got to go. If they're if they're gonna be a little pussy about it. I'm sorry, it's not true. It's not what I actually thought. I just like the costume. All right,
She looks like she looks like the fucking alien from American Dad. It just looks so fucking silly.
It does just look like a giant, if especially from the straight ahead angle. Yeah. Just looks like she's got a big gray head. Fucking good. Good for her. Who gives the best head? It's her.
The moon.
The moon does. Well, how did I even get on this subject of this moon lady?
You brought it up. Oh, we were talking
true.
about Radcon 5 and
Radcon 5 live from Donbass or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we get costumes like this, then it'll be good. That'll be part of the stretch goal for the Kickstarter. I get like
the
a
other
sword and wings, and I fly over and go.
I don't want to go into too much detail, but did you see what Nate said in the PCP All Business chat?
Is the Dojin almost finished? Is that what he said?
The Dojin is almost finished. And also the OVA is like almost finished.
Oh yes, the OVA. That's what I meant.
Yeah. It's like, I'm not gonna give like a hard date or anything, but it's like mostly done. So like we might be releasing that in maybe the next couple weeks, perhaps.
Hell yeah! I'll make
Can
sure
you imagine?
not to watch it.
Can you? Yeah, I'm a little scared. I might not be actually able to watch it myself, but oh well.
Cringe.
It'll be cringe.
State mandated cringe, and you know what? We deliver eventually.
We deliver eventually. It's, and then we get our Radcon money finally.
Yeah.
So that'll be good.
I should make sure to buy a business expense thing so I can take it off my taxes for this year.
Like what?
I don't know, because if I'm gonna get a big lump sum of Radcon money, I need something to offset it. I need to offset it with a. Well, they're gonna take me with taxes. They're gonna tax me. I don't want to be taxed. That's so scary. My money is gonna go away. I need to buy like a cool thing that I'm. Should buy a car.
You're absolutely right. When you get paid, you go like, oh shit, I can't let them tax me. I gotta spend it. I gotta spend it immediately. I gotta get rid of it. That's the thing. You gotta, when you get paid, you gotta make sure you get rid of the money right away, lest you be taxed on it.
I mean, it's true. I'm not gonna get rid of all of it. I just want to get under the threshold, because then I'll have things that if I need things, I should buy them.
I mean, yeah, if you need
not to
things,
buy things for no reason. That's silly.
That's speaking of speaking of buying things for no reason. I saw your Botster commission.
Oh yeah,
it looked really good.
It's the Clarissa Gunsmoke 3D experience. Let me get a link.
Yeah, let's show that.
I've wanted to get one of these, but they always sell out so quick.
Oh, does she have limited slots?
She has limited slots. Like every month, she takes on 4. And I kept missing it over and over again. I would DM her. She said, "Oh, just too late." And finally, this time, I managed to get in. Actually, she let me in because she was feeling pity on me.
Well, to take what you can get, I guess.
Yeah, but it's great.
It does look really good. I'm kind of curious. Do you mind talking about how much it costs?
I mean, her prices are public when she posts the thing. It's $500 for this animation.
Yeah.
You can get just the model, which is cheaper, but I wanted the shooty gun. I wanted the cool animation.
Okay,
and you can pay even more to get like a more elaborate animation. So this is like a simple one.
So this was the simple animation. Okay.
Yeah, still quite right, like really nice. She's very good at animating.
Yeah. I see you could like pay extra for like game ready like source files. What is that?
Yeah, if you wanted to get the model with like everything rigged, because to animate it you got to rig it anyway.
Yeah, so I mean, I feel like she's got the model rigged, right? Like she had to have made it to make the animation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like if I wanted to turn it into a game, I would need to. I didn't pay for that extra bit just because I don't have like plans or really the know-how to make a video game all by myself with that model. I do like the idea though. It would be cool to have a little Clarissa like shoot game.
I kind of assumed that like somewhere in your head you were like, if it maybe not necessarily going to be like, okay, this is for a game, like I'm planning a game, but you must have thought like, I could put this in a game.
I did think it for a little. It's just a little. It was like how much extra was it for the game ready?
It's like $200, or it's like $290. I think it's $290, and I was just wondering. I don't really know what goes into it, but it made me wonder like, is it like more work to like make them quote unquote game ready? Like does she have to do something to it, or is it just like for $300 she'll hand over the files she already has? Lol.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that in the future I can say, hey, can I, if I need to, like I can say, could I pay for the file if that's okay? Because if she is, I assume it is some other work.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Maybe for like inverse kinematics or like various other things. I don't even know whether that's necessary, but like game ready means drag and drop and it's working, so probably something.
I mean, I don't really know how to use 3D model data, so I have no idea what goes into like it. I mean, she has something. She has some model and some rigging. She must have it in order to have made this animation. And maybe it might be like incomplete. Maybe I don't know what would be different about a quote unquote game ready version.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to ask.
I was just curious about that because I saw that option and I was like, damn, $300 just to like. I mean, I guess I don't know. I thought the analogy I thought of was like, what if you commission like an artist to draw a art for you, and then I don't know, they were like, well, for some extra money, I'll give you the like Photoshop, layer files and stuff. Like
sometimes people do
raw.
that.
I guess sometimes people do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of it could be that if you have a game ready version, then that's more than just a cool animation and an image that has been made for you. It is work that you can then go on to make money with if you build a game around it.
Yeah.
So it's like more industry, like, oh, I've been commissioned to make a product for like an asset for your game, which is different from making a little video file.
I believe that there is probably more stuff that's involved in that. Like I say, I don't really know how to do any of this stuff. But the animation just looks really good.
Yes. It's exactly how I wanted it.
Pew pew. The little pixelated smoke cloud with the squares.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just Botster's pretty good at what she does. She got the. Oh, she got like noticed or something. Is she big because of the Bloodborne stuff? The PSX Bloodborne?
Yes, I think she made PSX Bloodborne as a joke. Well, not as a joke, just as a little fun thing, and then it turned into a big thing.
Yeah.
and she posted like dev updates on her Twitter, and that grew. Just because, oh my god, Bloodborne, but like PS1, that's cool.
I mean, it does look good. It does look good.
And then more recently, she's started working
The Bloodborne
on
Racer.
Bloodborne Kart, which is
Lol.
occasionally she'll drop a new like racer. It'll be like, oh, it's the Crow ladies, Eileen the Crow. It's the latest one. You got Gehrman, you got the guy with the what's his face? With the cage on his head, you know that guy?
Is it like Ludwig Nikolash the Scholar or something?
Nikolash
like
the Insane Boy.
Yes, the guy who runs away.
Yeah.
I was looking at a video of Bloodborne Kart, and I was watching your little racer like turn right, turn left, whatever. And I was thinking, it has such crunchy pixel, right? Like these are polygonal models, but they are displaying in such crisp, pixelated. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, you mean fidelity is too high for?
No. I mean, well, I just mean, what do I mean? It's the way
you're
that,
looking
like,
at the carts, and they're crunchy and crispy.
They're crunchy and crispy. How do I even explain what I'm seeing? It's like, I don't know, man. You can just see the pixels. You can just see the pixels.
Yeah, you can. That's the idea. It's PS1.
I know. But the polygonal model is built on math, right? So like the polygon is like theoretically perfect.
Yeah, it's just it's 2 points and a line between them.
Yeah, exactly. So what I'm saying is, like, to achieve that kind of like pixel display, like that pixel is that what's called a shader? Is like, do you apply a shader to a model in order to render it in a way that is like sort of crunched down into pixels that matches like a certain resolution or something like that? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I mean, I'm not sure, because if you had an example image, I could tell you exactly what it is. But I think there are a few shaders going on with the footage. Sometimes she has like a CRT like filter that makes it look like it's on a CRT. I think the textures she uses are very low res anyway, so they just have pixels in them because that's how big they are.
Yeah.
And the low polygon count means there'll be hard edges. And I assume if you're talking about like how the edges look, they would be aliased instead of anti-aliased. They would be, you draw a diagonal line, and yeah, I guess you would use some shader to have like the resolution of the final image be like 240 by 480 or whatever, rather than 1080p.
I kept,
but then blown up.
When I guess what I'm saying is, when I was making Phantom's Revenge, now I'm a hack, and I didn't know what I was doing, and I know there must have been an easier way to do this. I pretty much just fucked this up completely. I could have simply, I'm sure there would have been a way to just have the game window itself be displaying a pretty like lower resolution image in, what do you call it? A lower resolution image just at a higher like size to just like kind of blow up a low resolution pixel image. I didn't do that. I pretty much just had everything. Everything's pixel count I just multiplied by 3. You know what I mean? So like every pixel in the game is actually 3 pixels.
Oh, and I manually drew it bigger?
Yes, I just manually drew everything bigger. I multiplied the size of everything, and I just tried to make sure that everything's positioning at all times was a multiple of 3, so that there wouldn't be any like, you wouldn't see any single pixels like only half overlaid over each other, like a pixel mismatch.
Yeah, I think there are ways to do that, but I don't know them.
I'm just imagining that it must be a real technical challenge to accomplish that with polygons.
Potentially.
Yeah.
I think it's relatively simple. I mean, a lot of...
There probably
like,
are just methods to do it.
I think in a lot of modern video game development tools, they assume that you want to make Assassin's Creed. So, like, there's a lot of things that are just default. Like, oh, easy drag and drop, like, lighting. Oh, it's sunshine and shadows, dynamic shadows. You want that, right?
Yeah.
If you're trying to make a polygonal PS1 style game, you don't want that. So yeah, there was a lot of, not a lot, but like a bit of finicky, like programming around what the tools were expecting for Pumpkin Alley, because we wanted it to be like lower fidelity PS2, experience, and they wanted to have like lens flares, and well, they didn't put that in, but you know what I mean. Yeah. Modern game stuff is just very easy to click.
Yeah, drag and drop. What do you call it? Is it shaders? Is shaders the word for like modules? Just stuff that you can just like put in the game and it's already sort of pre-made and has a certain behavior to it.
Prefab or an asset? I don't know.
Yeah, prefab. Oh, do you know Tayo?
Yeah.
Did you see Tayo's the GIF of his game and like the lighting system that he's got for his sort of what's the word? It's that like Maple Leaf Metroidvania anime girl. He has a game that he's building that kind of looks like Momodora. And he posted, this was maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. Well, his personal account is Tayo the Creator, and then his work account is Tayo Devs. Here, look at this. Look at this like lighting system that he built, and it moves around and looks all crazy and shit.
Animated the light to emulate a day-night cycle.
Yeah.
Whoa. So, yeah, that's definitely would be a shader.
Yeah.
How do they?
How do they do that?
I guess these 2D things aren't as 2D, or maybe it's like a value thing. Like it checks the value of the pixel and then decides whether there's like finds the edge. I don't know.
I don't know.
That's cool.
It's pretty cool looking, I thought. Yeah. That's yeah, I don't know what a shader is, Lamau. But I assume they're involved in getting a game to look the way you want it to look. That's all I know.
Yeah, like you've got like models and like stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You got 3D stuff, you got 2D plane stuff with images on it. Shaders are like on top of something. You can apply it to make it look certain ways. That's my basic understanding of a shader. Is that it's like a thing you add to something.
Yeah, I mean, I'm familiar with the concept of like a what would you call it in like Photoshop, like a correction layer. I imagine a shader as like a correction layer that you apply over an asset as it's being drawn on the screen that like adjusts the way that it's drawn. Yeah.
But it can interact with game code. So like when like you can have like a shader react to something based on a player input or like a game state or whatever. You can like animate a shader. I think Punk's Fire Breath is like it's a 3D model of a fire that wobbles and grows, and it's like a shader thing. I didn't really understand it because it's too complex.
Charlie handled that.
Yeah, all the coding was him. Yeah. So I'm stupid, you see. I looked over his shoulder a lot, and I'd be like, yeah, I think I get it, and I really don't, but I think I get it now.
It's like,
a Boolean, interesting.
a Boolean, yeah. It's like nodding along, like, yes, I understand shaders now. It's like he's just like tap 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 tap, and then bam, look, the game works, and you go, yes, I see, yes. I could have done that, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. I gotcha. I don't know. That's just what I noticed the most looking at Bloodborne cart, is just how crispy the pixels are, and like, how they do that. How do they do that?
They probably have, like, if you go through their dev threads, they probably explain, like, early on how they approach all those things. Because they get into, like,
true.
some amount of detail, like, oh, this week I worked on this thing, blah, 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 that.
Is
blah,
it
blah,
just
blah, this.
Botster, or is it like a team?
It's just her. She was in, like, the gaming industry as, like, working on indie games and stuff, animator for other people. And then she's like, fuck it, I hate the industry, I'm gonna do my own thing.
Interesting. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
And then she made Bloodborne, PSX.
Did she work on any games I would have heard of?
I don't know, actually. She made a game that I haven't played yet. It was in one of the bundles, like for Palestinian Relief or something. And it's like I should get around to playing that. It's like a first like indie project that was completed. Arceus, but not the Pokemon. I think it's something else.
Just a game called...
Starts with an A.
Okay.
Alright, did I talk about the guy at the party who told me I should pitch Clarissa Gunsmoke to Adult Swim? Did I talk about this already on the show?
That does not ring a bell, so I'm going to say no, I don't think so.
Okay, so the Christmas Eve party, one of my dad's friends, I mean, I know him, so I guess we're also friends. He's seen my comic before. I showed him before, and he's like, you should really, like, I can get you in contact with, like, some people. We can work it out. And I'm like, I assume you know some stuff. I mean, you definitely know more than me about the industry.
Who is this person?
It's just a guy. He's in my dad's band. He was the bassist when I did that gig.
Yeah, okay.
So he's like, he works in TV. He does things that I'm not entirely sure what he does, but like, that's cool. You know, that's something.
Sure.
Maybe I can utilize his connections. And he was talking about, the Rick and Morty people. It's like, you could put this to Adult Swim. And I'm like,
Rick
Clarissa
and Morty.
Gunsmoke.
Oh, Rick and Morty. There's a show that's doing well and is not seeing any difficulties at the moment.
Yeah, but you know, whatever.
Sure, whatever.
So it's like, it sounds silly, but maybe I could like make a pitch for Clarissa Gunsmoke, the animated series.
Did you see?
And I could go to I could fly to LA and walk around and put it under someone's nose and say, look animated.
Did you see Cheesy's video about how to pitch your show to Adult Swim?
I did. I forgot what it said.
I don't want to spoil it, but I will. It's a funny video. It's about that there was this live stream that you could basically call into, and you could pitch your show to these two guys. And I think one show eventually did sort of get picked up, and like, I don't know if it has been produced yet, but there was one show that seemed like it actually worked out somewhat. But anyway, the long and short of it is they had this live stream show where you could pitch your show to them, and they would give you feedback on it. And what's his name? Rebel Taxi did it like once or twice. But Rebel Taxi's show is bad, and his work is bad, and his characters and his concepts are bad, so it didn't work. Long and short of it is the show doesn't exist anymore. The show's been canceled, and you can no longer do this, Lamau.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine like free and open access to anyone who wants to try is always going to be a little harder to get like noticed. Than like going through like, I know a guy who knows a guy. Maybe this guy does know a guy. I don't know. He just put it in my head like, you should make Clarissa Gunsmoke animated series. You know, you're working on this comic, looks great, but you should make it you should put it to Adult Swim. I'm like, what? Really? I mean, it would be cool.
Sure, it would be cool. Look, I don't want to be a hater. I'm not trying to be a hater, but like, don't you work for that studio that's like trying to get their animated series produced? Like,
oh yeah, I'm gonna talk to them
first. It's pretty
first.
hard, right?
It is pretty hard.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I've got cool characters. What if I was better than everyone? What if I'm actually the best? And I just didn't believe in myself until now. What if Clarissa Gunsmoke is exactly what they want?
Well,
she shoots people, they die. You can't put that on like CBBC.
Can't you? I mean, yeah. hey, do it. Hey, do it.
I'm gonna try.
You know, let me know what happens. I guess
I'm gonna get a little pitch together. I'm gonna like figure out how to make it into like a appealing little story with a synopsis and a characters. And I'm gonna make a little thing, and I'm gonna go to LA. I guess I don't know.
Who are you gonna pitch it to?
Well, that's why I want to talk to this guy again. Because he says we can workshop some ideas of how to like get it seen. I'm like, all right, you know more than me on that, so I'll meet up with him. I
mean, I wonder. Yeah, I wonder who this guy knows and what. Because
he's done he talks about doing like all sorts of little things, and it's like it seems like really cool. But I don't know how like connected he is, but I can't know until I figure it out, I guess. He doesn't seem like a liar. He doesn't seem like a jokester.
I don't know, it's kind of
But it's sort of like a natural thing to exaggerate your
claim. It's kind of a big claim to be like, I know someone at Adult Swim, I can get you your pitch in front of the Adult Swim. Okay, he didn't say that. Okay.
He said he knows like people who could like help bring it into get seen by somebody who would pick it up, and he said Adult Swim would like it because he likes Rick and Morty, I think.
I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess I don't know. I guess that could mean any number of things. So I don't know. I'm curious.
It's something. I'm gonna see what happens.
Oh.
Because at the moment I've been like, I gotta draw.
Shit,
the
I have
next
not
chapter
been talking into my microphone.
Oh wow, it's so loud. I have not been like really drawing any more Clarissa Gunsmoke, even though I said I should.
Oh no!
I wanted to, and I'm like, come on, one more panel.
Like, come on.
Fuck.
Come on.
I'll do it.
Come on.
I think once there's more sunshine, once I can go outside and feel the sun blast onto my face, and I'll like get all that photosynthesis. Yeah, that's what I need. I need sunshine and rainbows, and then I can feel okay, and then I can draw. But in the meantime, why not follow up this idea? What if Clarissa Gunsmoke becomes bigger than Rick and Morty? What then, huh?
Well, then I'll be eating crow. You'll rub it in my face and you'll say, I told you, Ben, you said I could never do it. And I said, no, I didn't. I was careful not to say that. And you'll say, yes, you did.
And then I'll just crush you beneath my boots.
Yeah.
Tie you to the train tracks.
Well, somebody had to do it. Let me know. I'm curious to hear what happens with that. That's interesting. I'm watching a very interesting. Look at this. Look at this GIF. Look at this video. Look at these shaders. Talk about crunchy pixels.
Oh, I saw this.
Oh, this looks pretty. I'm transfixed by it.
This is like, at first glance, reminded me of like The Town with No Name, the old DOS game.
I'm not familiar.
It's like a choose your own adventure kind of, where you walk into a western town and it's on DOS, and it's like made by some guy, maybe as a project or just for fun. Very odd, obscure game. But you go in there and you have to talk to the people in the right order, and then there's a shootout and you got to do it real quick, and it's very easy to die. That's what I remember from that.
Okay. All right.
But it's not like a roam around. It's like you got like
click and point, move from
point
screen
and click
to screen.
To screen, yeah. But it looks similar to this color palette and stuff.
Yeah, I can
like, this is
visualize.
cool. I love the West. I love the Wild West. Whatever happened.
I love the West. That's why I love Ukraine and I need to defend democracy.
Whatever happened to the Wild West? They paved it over with grass seed, and now it's all nice and green. Where's all the desert gone, huh? They filled it with cactuses and stuff.
They filled the desert with disgusting solar panels.
No,
killed all
farmland.
They killed all the birds with wind turbines and solar panels.
And they got those like gargantuan monolithic like water sprinkler systems to like make a huge circle of crops grow in the middle of the desert. Know those?
No.
You know, from space you can see like American crops grown in circular patterns because it's a very efficient way to water. They have like a huge pipe.
No, I didn't.
There's a huge pipe from the middle, and it rotates on. It's got a wheel on one end, and then water sprinkles down in like I don't know how long it is, but it's very long, and it goes around in a big circle, and that's the most efficient way to water. And so let me just see if I can get. It's not crop circles, but it is a circle of crops.
Right. I have not seen the thing you're talking about.
That's what the farms look like from space, from high up. I'll get a closer one. That's how they do it.
Oh. So is it just like one big central like spigot that just shoots the water in a big circle?
No, it's like a tower in the middle.
Yeah.
And then there's a pipe that goes all the way along to the edge, and then there's a small like another pole with a wheel at the bottom, and the wheel turns.
Oh. And the pipe turns and rotates.
And the water comes out of like holes along the pipe downwards.
Yes, I see.
And so it goes around like that, and it's like that's how they get you.
That's how they get you. I see. Okay. Yeah, I hadn't.
What about all the corners? That's what I want to know.
Wasted.
Do animals live there?
Yeah, they must do something.
I can see they put buildings there. They could put buildings and like stuff.
Damn, these are really
it's not wasted space.
These are really big, Lamau.
They're very funny.
Interesting. What was I talking about? Or how do we even get here?
Talking about the Wild West, you were looking at a GIF.
I don't have anything else to say about the Wild West.
Did you get to the part of Better Call Saul where Saul is in the desert and he gets thirsty?
Oh gosh, I don't think so.
Alright, well that's a spoiler, but it's not too big of a spoiler, because they are in New Mexico.
I don't think I've seen that part, but
that's in season 5.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think.
I might not have made it that far.
I would recommend watching the rest.
I should watch the rest. It's good. Breaking Bad was pretty good, even though I didn't like the final season as much as I like the rest of it.
I like the final season on a rewatch. I feel like Breaking Bad, you get so hyped up with like everything working well, and Walter is like, he's getting more and more money, more and more power, and he's getting away with more and more, and it's like he's gone from this little shitty van, and now he's working for Gus, but he's scared of Gus. And then he does the whole like, I gotta kill Gus because I gotta be the main character of this enterprise. And he fucks everything up, and because of his ego fucking everything up, everything is just fucked up for the entire rest of the show. And it's sort of like a tragic tale of like everything is depressing and it only gets worse until everyone's dead. But thematically, like on a second watch, I'm like, I can appreciate how that's all done. It's good. It's a tragic tale. It shouldn't end in a good thing. He was making meth.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Meth is good. I don't know.
He made Sonic the Hedgehog meth.
It was blue and it looked nice. So, you know, that's cool.
Yeah.
You ever smoked meth?
Nope.
You ever eat it, inject it, speedball it? Sniff it, snort it?
I looked at
Don't
it.
abort it?
I looked at it so hard that it went into my eye.
Yeah. Yeah. Woo!
Isaac Newton
I love
attempt.
meth. You ever see there's like a subreddit for meth. It's like an r/meth.
Do they like it?
Yeah, they're just like, hey guys, did some meth today. I'm at work, feeling good. Love meth. I love meth.
Why don't they get in trouble for such things? Admitting to taking a drug, I guess.
I don't know.
I guess the law is like you can't have it, you can't sell it. But if you've already done it, the only thing that's going to stop you is like you can't do a sports event. Is it illegal to be under the influence?
I
by itself?
I don't really know. The details of the meth laws.
Maybe you could be like, oh yeah, I did meth. It's like, oh, so you bought meth? No, I didn't buy it. Just found it. Just found it on the side of the road. No crime took place. I just immediately took it, so I didn't have it.
I inherited it. I inherited this meth. It was passed down to me. It's non-taxable. Also, I saw this GoFundMe. I saw this like memorial for this family that was murdered by their dad.
Terrible.
And yeah, I saw the obituary. Yeah, I saw the obituary for the dad, and it was like, damn, people were commenting like in memorial of the dad, saying like nice stuff about him, saying like he always like made time for his kids, made time for his family and stuff. And it's like, damn, what the fuck? He literally murdered them.
Do they know him? Is that why?
Yeah, I have the GoFundMe right here. And it's kind of funny that, like, in their family memorial picture, like, it was a picture with the dad. So they edited the dad out and they put Jesus in his place. They just put Jesus over the dad. And, and then in the statement underneath, like, they have, like, statements by the family members about, like, in memorial of all the, not the dad, but of all the other, the wife and all the kids. About like memorials of them and stuff. But then they also make like a pro-gun statement. Like they're really like, hey, listen, don't use this incident to enact like gun laws. Like we need to protect guns.
Yeah, so important.
It's so important that we protect guns. And then there was a separate page for an obituary for the dad where I saw people were apparently posting like about what a good dad he was.
So what happened? He killed them all and then himself?
Yes.
How did you find about any of this?
I just saw people were reposting the link on Twitter. Hang on. I'm gonna follow my guy Whack Nicholson on Twitter was posting about it.
That's a little bit fucked.
That's a little bit fucked. Oh no, I've brought the mood down. I've ruined another podcast. With morose bullshit. Damn it. All right, yeah, this was the original tweet, like reporting on the fact that like the obituary exists and stuff. And I think some of it might have been deleted. I think some of the comments might have been removed now, but like I saw people posting comments from friends and family about like what a cool guy.
Twitter Twitter is insane.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Posts. Two screenshots of these posts, which I can't find anymore. They locked the obituary. Yeah, the obituary's been locked, so like visitors can no longer view it. But
we don't know the whys and hows, but I do know it's not our right to judge, and the Lord loves Michael very much.
It's not our right to judge. It's not our right to judge. God damn, that's a fucked up thing to say. Genuinely a fucked up thing to say.
I mean, maybe he had a good reason for killing his whole family.
Maybe
we just
he did.
Don't know.
How do you know? Unless you've walked a mile in his shoes. God forbid you ever had to walk a mile in his shoes. Okay. I don't know. I saw this yesterday. You know what? I'll tell you the truth. I was a little bit high. I was a little bit high on marijuana.
Oh my god.
When I read this,
so much worse than meth?
It was worse than meth. Being a tiny little bit high on a small amount of weed and reading this article, it was like, oh my god. The world is ending. Felt pretty bad. It was a really truly a dreadful experience. And I just wanted to share it with everyone.
Yeah, good job.
Share the love. Okay, well, I'm glad. Oh, the wife had filed for divorce. The wife had filed.
I couldn't have that.
Yeah, I'm looking at some of the comments. Here's a news article.
Is there like
about the incident?
Is there like a police report on like what's been found out about what's happened?
Well,
why you do it?
I just linked an article that is like, yeah, father killed his wife, 5 children, and his mother-in-law before turning the gun on himself. Michael Haight, 42, shot his wife Tasha 40 weeks after she filed for divorce, or her wife of 40 years old, weeks after she filed for divorce. He is also thought to have killed their 3 daughters and 2 sons, aged 7, 12, 17, 4, and 7. Police have not confirmed that he was motivated by his wife's divorce. Well, how would police confirm that? Are you gonna ask him?
Get a seance.
Mm-hmm. Less than 1 month after we mark 10 years since the Sandy Hook tragedy, another mass shooting has claimed the lives of 5 more children in Enoch City. Enoch City? Mourning with the Enoch City, Utah community. I guess it's near Sandy Hook. Whatever.
This is your brain on
Mormonism. Actually, they might not be Mormons. I mean, they put that Jesus... No, Mormons like Jesus. Mormons like Jesus too, right?
I think so. Aren't they like a sect of Christianity?
Oh
wait, no. It was like one guy who said, "I'm actually the coolest guy, and I'll write a book about it." And everyone's like, "Cool."
They're like sort of they're like a weird Christian offshoot sect. Because yeah, like I think they do believe that Christ was the Redeemer and all that stuff, but then they have this other guy. What's his name?
Jimmy Joe Bompson, the Messiah 2.
Who supposedly was... He was just a prophet. He was just a prophet who said, like, all this weird shit that they believe, like that Jesus lived in America and stuff. Lamau. Literally epic.
I remember learning about that in school and being like, I wonder how I could start a religion. If I just write a book, would people believe it? Because that's what he did. Yeah,
I wonder, like, what was the PR campaign? He can't have just written a book and like that was it. There must have been more involved in getting it out there. He knew a guy. His dad's friend was a bassist, and he knew a guy. He put it in front of some people who
talk to God. You know?
Yeah, I know a guy. His name's God. Have you met him? I can introduce you.
I got his number right here.
Mm-hmm. Have you heard about his redeeming blood? It's good for you.
It's good shit.
It's good shit, man. Check it out. Don't sleep on this. I'm cracking my cracking my
You
elbows.
should put Mormonism on Adult Swim.
Food for thought. They should put Ukraine on Adult Swim. Why is nobody on Adult Swim talking about the war in Ukraine?
I don't know. Is there like a new Rick and Morty season coming out? Maybe Rick said something.
We gotta defend democracy, Morty. We gotta defend
those Ruskies.
We gotta
just
kill
like
the
the Cold
Ruskies,
War.
Morty. The integrity of NATO is at stake, Morty.
Yeah, that's exactly what he was saying.
International trade. It's Europe's bread basket, Morty. It's driving up bread prices. They produce 10% of the world's wheat supply.
I'm not talking about marijuana. I'm talking about wheat.
I'm
Morty.
talking about wheat. You eat it every day. Have I talked about how much I love oats? Have I talked about how delicious oats are and how they're such a treat?
Get that clip and then make it be Phantom Horn saying it. But no, I don't think you have.
They're just so delicious. They're just so delicious.
You talked about your
better
cold
stevia
brew, your cold
My
brew oats.
cold brew oats with better stevia. Here's what you do: go to Hannaford's, sugar-free maple syrup. You just dump a bunch of that into your oats, and you add almond milk, and you add some salt, and it's like ice cream. It's like ice cream. It's so good. It's decadent, and it's got macronutrients. It's got macronutrients, Morty. The macronutrient profile is insane.
Some basic rolled oats from Quaker.
I recommend better than rolled oats, quick oats, which are just rolled oats, but they roll them even harder.
I don't know if I haven't seen quick oats. They're so quick; they fly off the shelves.
They're like cryptids. They're like those insects that move so fast that the human eye can't see them. They're like ghost insects. You know the ones.
Ghost insects?
Yeah, you know.
That doesn't sound appetizing at all.
You gotta eat the bugs. You gotta eat the bugs, Morty. You gotta get in the pod, Morty. You gotta eat the bugs, Morty. Eat this cricket flour. You can put it in your smoothie. Hey, I've been playing Disco Elysium. You play that?
Oh, I bought it on sale. I
also bought it on sale. I've been playing it for a couple days now. It's good.
I was watching a friend play it on a little Discord stream, and I noticed that his main thing was that the narrator, has a big booming voice, very deep.
Is that I think that guy's in Hades too. I've definitely heard that guy voice some other stuff.
He probably does the Arby's commercials. He's probably like delicious food, and then he goes on to make a video game.
Have you played Hades?
No.
Hades nuts?
No.
Okay, I guess the guy's name is Lenval Brown. I'm like 90% sure that he's in Hades too. Or maybe some other game. Astria Ascending, Disco Elysium, and Black is Beltza. What the fuck? Disco Elysium narrator who recorded 350,000 words of dialogue and has never acted before? What? What's going on?
That's just how he speaks?
But
that's just how he goes.
I'm sure, maybe so. I mean, yeah, his voice is great, but I was like 1,000,000% sure that I'd heard it somewhere before.
Maybe it's a voice many people can do. You just gotta have huge
lungs. I don't think
lungs.
so. I don't think.
You gotta have the like a frog throat to fit that vocal cord in there. I don't know how that works.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess I'm freaking stupid or something. But anyway, I was really struggling. With like the format, like the genre of the game. I found it really annoying at first, like because I don't really play games like that. I was like, I don't know. It was a lot of reading, which is okay.
Yeah,
because the writing's pretty good. Like, I think the writing is good, but I was kind of annoyed by the fact that, like, you never heard someone say, like, it's like a book with its pages stuck together? Like it's pretty much the game is pretty much just there to make you work in between like making you read stuff. I was getting a little more.
What do you mean work?
I mean, like, okay, the game is basically writing. Like the majority of what you do in Disco Elysium is read and or listen to text, and that's fine. But you have to just like walk between places and like find stuff, and you have to like bring things to certain places in order to get that text. And I was kind of like, just if you, why is it not just a book? Why is it not just a freaking book? If you just want me to read, why do I have to like walk back and forth across town just to read what happened?
Your input has like changes in the story.
Sometimes that's true. You know, I kind of got over it. I moved past it. It stopped bothering me after a while. It was kind of just like the first day I was playing it. I was like, why is it making me work so hard? Just to like let me advance the story, dog. You know, it was not helped by the fact that I had a couple of deaths early on that made me like I didn't save for a while, and so I had to like redo a bunch of stuff, and it was really annoying. I'm not gonna say it was partly my fault for not saving enough, but you know, whatever. The game does autosave, so I kind of just assumed that the autosave function would prevent me from having to redo like large sections, but no. It didn't.
Yeah, I feel like I would probably enjoy it. I don't mind a reading game, but I do like if there's like mysteries to uncover and like deducing to do to like figure out what the hell's going on. That's stuff I like.
I'm not saying I minded the reading. I'm just saying that I felt like if I'm here to read, just let me read, and all the stuff I had to do in between reading just felt like a lot of busy work. Sometimes.
Are you able to like goof around?
You mean in the game?
Are you able to like bunny hop and throw things?
No.
Then there is no point. Why would they do that?
There's no. I mean, if
they allowed you to like fuck around in between like story bits, then that's okay. I like being able to fuck around a bit.
Well, the only like
I've sensed that it's a very serious game where every action is important. So I'm like, I'm gonna have to role play. I'm gonna have to be like sensible, but I want to throw shit.
I mean, you've seen the game. You know it's not the kind of game that you can bunny hop and throw shit.
But I want to though. That's what I like.
No, there basically is no gameplay other than going to different places and selecting which thing to interact with, which just triggers text.
Do you think it would be a better game if it was like point and click, like click your map to go to the new location rather than walking around?
No. You know, it's not really that big a deal. It's not actually that hard to like get places. It's just maybe like a minute or two of walking. I'm trying to decide if this is an actual problem that I have, or if I don't actually care that much.
I think you just had to reload, and you're
It
frustrated.
really did annoy me.
I'll be sure to save.
Definitely save often. Yeah, that's my takeaway. Definitely save often. There's a lot of I get the feeling that you can get a lot of different. I don't know how many like actual different outcomes there are to things. I know that you can there's a bunch of sort of different paths in the game that you can sort of choose, and sort of like how in like Mass Effect there's like, you know, you can do the Renegade option or the Paragon option. In Disco Elysium, it's like there's more of them, but there's still like clear cut like, this is the communist option, this is the fascist option, this is the libertarian option, etc., etc. This is the like, I don't care about anything and I'm a nihilist and I hate myself option. Did
you pick that one?
A lot. I've kind of been waffling between that one and communism.
Just like real life.
Just like in real life.
I'll go full fascist. I'll do it.
The fascist
Somebody's got to do it.
You know, I don't want to really comment on it until I've gotten to the end. At the moment, I'm sort of like, I'm a little bit unsure. The game's politics are a little bit. I'm not really sure. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna wait till the end. I feel like I shouldn't comment on like what is it saying about any of these things until I've gotten to the end and I've sort of seen like what it actually says. Although I will say that a lot of the responses are very cartoony. Like a lot of the it's sometimes it is a bit I think it's trying to be, it's funny on purpose, like it's deliberately silly, but it's very much like when you do the communist option, a lot of the choices are just like very bloodthirsty, just about like how many people you want to send to their deaths in the gulag and stuff, which is fine, but it's not that compelling. Like it's just a little haha joke, like communism, 14 billion dead, Venezuela.
Vuvuzela.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of very cartoony dialogue options, and the game tells you like it's okay if you say weird stuff. There's the framing device of the game is that you are you've woken up and you've lost all your memories and you have no idea who you are. So that's the reason why you can pretty much just say anything and it's sort of justifiable, because like you are pretty much a blank slate.
Do you have to start... Do your options lessen the more you learn about yourself?
They have not lessened for me. I mean, you learn very quickly that you are a cop, like you have a job as a cop, but you can decide like, well, yeah, my job is as a cop, but I've decided that I'm still going to be like a communist revolutionary, even as I do my cop job.
Yeah, your memory, I guess your memory doesn't come back, you just learn new information.
I think
that is old information.
Yes. You can still act however you want in the guise of like I don't remember stuff. Like you are an alcoholic. You have drug problems. And all that stuff. You can fall back into that if you want, or you can try to not do that. I'm staying clean. Just like in Lisa.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Drugs are bad. Meth is bad. Don't do weed.
They have blue meth in that game as well.
The joy. The joy.
It's blue.
Yeah, it is blue. Hell yeah. And they have a bald guy too. Just like Walter. And it's in the desert. Oh my god.
It's just the sequel.
There's a lot of funny racism in Disco Elysium. And by funny racism, I mean that like you meet people who are racist, but they're very silly. They're like there's a guy called Measurehead who is like, he sees himself as like the perfect like display of like his ethnic identity, and he's like got like full body tattoos showing like how like perfect his skull is and stuff. He's just really into like skull measuring and he loves it. Yeah. The writing's good. It is cartoony sometimes. Huh?
That's egg behavior.
Egg behavior?
Getting a tattoo of skull measurements on all over your body.
How is that
the
egg
term
behavior?
egg?
Like
I'm
a
fucking
trans?
joking.
I mean, that doesn't. I don't get the connection, but sure.
Cause shapes of skull between men and women differ slightly, and some trans people get a little obsessed about their skull not being the right shape, and so they have surgery to change it.
Oh, I see. No, this guy's got the perfect skull. No, he would never change his skull. He likes it. And that's it. That's all I have to say about him. Just that he's a funny racist, and I'm a big fan of him. You can choose to adopt his philosophies in order to and befriend him in order to get him to do stuff for you. But I didn't do that because I'm nice. I'm nice and I'm a communist and I don't like racism. I think racism's bad, actually, in real life. What do you think? What do you think about
very interesting. Sorry, I just happened to be yawning. I didn't.
Oh, boring. Good.
I'm sorry, I'm tired. No, racism, that sucks. Yeah,
do you denounce racism? Do you denounce racism? In the middle of the yawn. Oh, wait, why did you hesitate? Why did you hesitate?
I was taking oxygen. I'm sorry.
We'll see about that. I don't know. People have been telling me to play Disco Elysium for a while, and I'm finally playing it. And I'm bringing up gripes, but I do like it. At the end of the day, the game is mostly about reading stuff, and the writing is pretty good, so that makes it like pretty good at what it's doing. I know my character's name now. You don't know your name when you wake up, but I know it now, so that's pretty cool. I know some stuff.
Ben Saint.
Yeah, that's right. Anyway, that's another. Like I said, I haven't been working on. I've only been working a little bit on that thing that I was supposed to do by the end of the year. Instead of that, I've been playing Noida, which is bad. But I've also, I said you can play Noida, and that's a waste of time. Or you can play the classics. You can play something that's edifying and good for you. And I think Disco Elysium is more on that side of things. So I don't feel that bad about it. And also, it's $9. And it's probably not on sale anymore. So sorry if you missed it.
Oops.
It'll probably go on sale again.
Yeah.
Ben,
I heard that there is a Steam version of Dwarf Fortress out.
Yeah.
Like an updated new. It's like with graphics.
Yeah.
It's like the new version of Dwarf Fortress. Have you played it?
I mean, I have not played the Steam version. I did see people talking about the Steam version, and I guess there was a lot of people are giving Dwarf Fortress a try for the first time now, which is pretty cool. Have you played it before?
No, I hear about your things, and I had been meaning to get around to like giving it a go. I mean, never did.
It's fun. And I do recommend giving it a shot to see what it's all about. I have not played it in a while, although I do have some funny stories from old fortresses that me and some friends ran together. I haven't seen what the text. There already were like fan-made texture packs that you could apply to the game to give it like sort of graphics. I'm not sure. I haven't seen what the Steam version's graphics look like, but I guess people like them because people seem to be responding positively to it. Do you know that like the guy who made Dwarf Fortress has like cancer, and like the reason he did this is like to pay for his cancer treatment?
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that. That's terrible.
It is. He's had cancer for a few years, and I think. Well, what I mean is I think the idea. I don't think he would have cared to put it on Steam, but I think part of the reason why he did is because he needs to make money, largely for that, and so it's kind of good that like it sold like millions of copies and he's made like millions of dollars off of the Steam version. Like I'm like good.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, it was free the whole time, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I mean it's still free, the original version, but like the Steam version with like the pack and all that, the graphics is I don't know how much it costs, but a lot of people bought it. How much? Let me check how much it is.
Yeah, I didn't think it was too expensive when I checked. I forget.
I assume the original version is still free. It's always been free. Okay, it's $30. It's $30, which is, whatever.
For Dwarf Fortress.
I mean, I would say,
Has it given you $30 worth of entertainment?
It's definitely, yeah, of course, definitely. You don't even need to play the game for it to give you. You should buy the game even if you'll never play it, just because it's the stories you'll hear from other people.
Yeah,
are worth the $30. Do you know that there's a YouTuber called Krug Smash who makes these really
Yeah, you've mentioned him before.
Yeah. I haven't caught up with his stuff in a while, but he's made some very cool and good like narrative series about like the stories of his dwarves and the fortresses they build and tournament arcs and stuff like that. It's so cool. It rules. Yeah. Oh man, I don't want to repeat this. I feel like I might have. Did you listen to last week's episode, the one that was the Bencast?
I think I got halfway through.
I feel like I might have talked about this on that. The story of like, or maybe I talked to you about it. The one about the cats poisoning themselves.
Poisoning themselves?
Gosh, I hope. Yeah, okay. There's this interview with Taran Adams, the guy that makes Dwarf Fortress, and they asked him, and he's talking about the game, and he's talking about like stuff that happens when he's fixing bugs, right? And the story is basically that there are taverns. There was like he had just added taverns to the game, and in the taverns the dwarves would go to the bar and they would drink, and then but then if they wanted to stop drinking, they would just throw their mugs on the ground, and the alcohol would just spill on the ground. Which is fine. Like, that's okay for dwarves to do that. That's normal dwarf behavior. But the alcohol interacted with, like, a previously added module that accounted for, like, the effects of, like, poisoning. And alcohol is considered a poison that causes, you know, a certain effect. And so what would happen was pet cats would walk through the bar, and just the way that, like, fluids work, cats would walk through these puddles of alcohol, and they would get alcohol on their paws, and it would consider that like an entire mug of alcohol was like stuck to their paws when they walked through it. Okay, flashback to another thing. Dwarves have to clean themselves. When dwarves get dirty, like every individual part of their body will get like the substance on them, right? And the dwarves have to clean themselves, and they have to like take soap, and they have to wash like their hand, they have to wash their arm, they have to wash their upper arm, they have to wash their face. And if they would get something in their eye, they would have to take like a bar of soap and like individually wash their eyeball to clean their eyes out. And it's like, that's weird. So they changed it. They changed the behavior so that the dwarf's eyelids interact with their eyeballs in such a way that if the eyelid blinks, the dwarf's eyeball is cleaned of any substances that are afflicting it.
Oh.
Okay. Flashback to the...
I didn't know individual dwarves had, like, variables for every single other part of their body.
Yeah, well, I've told you that one of my favorite stories of a fortress I had is one guy in the fortress, and the fortress was attacked by a were-giraffe, and a dwarf warrior was defending the fort, and the were-giraffe like punched him so hard in the face that he died, right? and he got buried in the catacombs, and one of my other dwarves would go to... I kept seeing him going back and forth between the catacombs and the place where the guy got killed during the battle, and he kept going back and forth, and when I looked into like who this dwarf was, why is he going back and forth, he was a friend of the guy who was killed, and he had buried the guy's body in the catacombs, but he kept going back to where he died because when the guy got punched, the punch had shattered his face and sent all of his teeth flying. And so he kept going back to the battleground and finding more of his teeth and bringing the teeth to the catacombs and putting them in the coffin. And then he'd go back and find more of the guy's teeth and bring them back to the catacombs and put the more teeth in the coffin.
Why would he do this?
Because he wanted to put all the pieces together in the coffin. He wanted to bury all of his friends' body parts.
How do you even write code that would allow for this like situation?
But anyway... The ending of the cat story is that, okay, so there's this self-cleaning behavior is added to creatures. A creature's body parts clean the other. And so the cats would walk through this alcohol on the floor of the bar and track it on their paws. And then the cat would do a cleaning behavior on the paw. They would use their tongue to clean the alcohol off of their paws. However, because of the way that it was considered to be like drinking... then this alcohol that was stuck to their paws, and it was considering that an entire like mug's worth of alcohol was stuck to the cat's paw, and it was drinking it as it cleaned it with its tongue. And therefore, it was considering that the cat was drinking basically an entire dwarven mug's worth of alcohol whenever it would clean it off its paws. And this was like too much alcohol for a cat to drink. And therefore, it would interact with the poison module. And the poison module would consider that, considering the cat's small body weight, drinking this much alcohol raises its blood alcohol level to a point that it enters the lethal area, and it triggers the lethal effects of alcohol, including respiratory failure. And so the cats would clean their paws and drink so much alcohol in doing so that they would respiratorily fail and they would die, like right on the bar floor. So cats would just get poisoned and die in the middle of the bar from cleaning the alcohol off their paws. Lamau.
Oh no.
So,
hey dwarves, just don't throw it on the ground.
No, they gotta. They gotta though. So that's the kind of game Dwarf Fortress is. Yeah.
I feel like if I play it, like, is it a difficult game?
Well, it's like Tetris, right? You just go until you lose.
Okay.
It's difficult. I mean, the difficulty of it is pretty much just like knowing how to do certain things, but like you pretty much just, it's about navigating menus. Like telling your dwarves what to do is just about navigating menus to find like how to tell them to do X thing. And so it's useful to have like a wiki to tell you like, how do I tell my dwarves how to do this? How do I tell my dwarves how to do that? Like what do I need to do? I mean, the basic, what you basically have to do is first you dig out a fortress. Usually you'll dig out like an initial settlement to live in, and then once everyone's all settled and has like beds to sleep in, you set up beds, and then you'll start digging like a bigger fortress, and then you'll set up workshops where the dwarves will start making stuff, and yeah, making stuff in the workshops is like that's like where you get most of your stuff. Digging out the fortress and digging out like mine shafts to find materials to then make stuff in the workshops, and then you make stuff and then you trade anything you can't make. You trade with like merchants that pass by. You engage in trade to get stuff you need. And then setting up a military. Setting up a military is pretty complicated. You don't really, I mean, you can get by for a little while without a military, but like you will eventually need one, or you'll die pretty quick because like escalating threats will come to attack your fortress. Pretty much the bigger and more successful your fortress gets, the more like dangerous and like legendary monsters will start coming to fucking get you. And so you'll need a stronger,
like
stronger
a
were-giraffe. Were creatures will just wander by, sometimes just randomly. I mean, there starts to be things like, there are things called forgotten beasts that are like sort of randomly generated like timeless creatures from like before the world began, and some of them can be like pathetic and not even a threat, and some other ones can be like really, really dangerous. It sort of just depends on like what random attributes they're given. And I mean, you might have where creatures will wander by, and yeah, if they bite a dwarf in the course of the fight, they might infect a dwarf with lycanthropy, and then you won't know until the next full moon, and then suddenly some of your dwarves that got bit will go crazy at the full moon, and they'll start rampaging, they'll start biting other dwarves, and then you might have like a lycanthropy infection, and that's a problem. You can have the same thing with vampirism. Sometimes a vampire will join your fortress, and you won't know who's a vampire, but your dwarves will just sometimes find other dwarves like drained of all their blood and dead in their beds one morning, and they'll be like, well, somebody's a vampire.
And then you have to quarantine everybody and question them.
You have to, yeah, there are some tells that there are some tricks you can know to like sort of figure
it's
out.
like, oh, it's garlic bread day, everybody. Everyone get your garlic bread.
I've heard that one thing that can be a big giveaway for a vampire is like you'll look at a dwarf and he'll look like you can't just see that he's a vampire until someone accuses him of being a vampire, and like they, right, like it doesn't share that information with the player. But a vampire will be really, really old most of the time, and so a vampire will often have like a huge list of like people that they know. And so if there's like a dwarf that seems young and yet they know like tons of people, especially like from lots of faraway places, it might be a tell that like this guy's older than he seems. He's a vampire.
Could just be it could be a socialite.
Yeah, you never know. You never really know. But your dwarves will sometimes have like they might have like family and friends from like other fortresses or like other countries and stuff, and like they might have different gods that they worship, and like different dwarves will worship different gods and stuff, and like different cities might have different gods that they like. It simulates a whole national history, which is really awesome. One of my favorite things to do is to have my dwarves mint coins and just see like what images they press into the coins that they mint. And they'll do like symbols of their nation, or like symbols of their city, or like pictures of like the rulers of the Dwarven Empire and stuff. Yeah. Dwarf Fortress is so freaking cool, but also it's kind of a hassle. It's kind of a hassle to play, and like, yeah, if you don't know how to play it, you pretty much need to have a guide to like look up to tell you like what menu do I go into to like build a like woodworking shop if I want to make like beds.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, that's how Minecraft was. It doesn't explain anything. You have to have the wiki open.
I mean, at least in Dwarf Fortress, like the menu is right there. You can just kind of like look around in the menu and see what's there on your own. Theoretically, yeah, you can just. It does tell you, like, everything is right there in the menu. You can just see it, and it's like, oh, this is the. But like, how to like actually do it can be a little bit complex, and a guide can be useful to sort of like talk you through it. Yeah, because there's a lot of options that are like, I mean, if you really want to, when you're making a military, you can like get really down to the minutia and tell you like your individual soldiers, like what weapons you want them to wield and like what pieces of armor you want them to wear and stuff.
Can you like create a rank and then assign bits of armor to that rank?
Yeah, you can.
Say you're that thing. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you can make different like squads that have like different like uniforms basically. Or I think you can even tell an individual like soldier, like, okay, you can like assign them as like captain, or you can say like, okay, I want this guy to wear that, and I want this guy to wear that. To give them like, usually it's to give them like legendary or like artifact equipment that you have that you want them to wield. I
do like managing a system of individuals.
Yeah,
I've talked about Kenshi before. Kenshi is like not similar to Dwarf Fortress, but like you have your squad and they have their own individual inventory, and you can build a town with resources that you can get from buying or like mining them from the wasteland. And it does get a little overwhelming if you get too many people. But I do like that management stuff.
Kenshi, yeah.
It's like
you have talked about it, but I have not played it.
I would recommend that. That's a real good post-apocalypse management RPG where there's no goals at all. It's just don't die.
Interesting. It's like an army kind of like simulator. It looks sort of like an RTS.
No, it's action. It's like all real time. Everyone has stats. They do things and they get better at their stats. Different races have bonuses to different things. Robots are immune to acid rain and stuff like that. You can if you get a leather crafter who can craft good leather stuff. You can get like acid protection gear, and then you can go into like cursed, like weird, it's post-apocalypse, but it's a very unique post-apocalypse. Where it's like, yeah, clearly thousands of years ago there was like a super advanced robot technology, but then there's like these completely horribly irradiated, ash-filled like dead zones with giant beasts.
I love giant beasts.
And if you can go in there, you can go collect stuff and get secret knowledge. And you can bring it back, and then you'll be so smart. But essentially the game is like, you're just somebody in the wasteland, and to survive you have to band together with people. And if you get strong enough, you get a large enough band, you can make your own base. You can defend it from attacks.
Cool.
And slavers and bandits. And guerrillos. They have guerrillos.
Guerrillos?
Yeah,
like
different from gorillas.
Like Grillo's pickles?
Yeah.
Lol.
He'll rip you limb from limb.
Intriguing. What else can I say? I'm trying to think. I feel like I had more to say about Disco Elysium, but like maybe not, because like I'm still like working through it, and like I guess it's kind of long, and I sort of only am like partway through it, so I'm still thinking about it. I don't know. Your partner Kim is such a swell guy. He's just such a little sweetheart. Love him. That's it.
Yeah.
Racism's bad. That's what I've learned from Disco Elysium.
I'm glad you finally get it.
I used to think that maybe it was a little bit based, but Disco Elysium taught me that it's cringe, actually.
People will cringe at you if you are racist.
And
you don't want that.
No. I wouldn't say so. I don't have any notes. I think we said this before we started recording, but there's been no new One Piece chapter in 2 weeks now. It seems like.
No.
That's
maybe one's gonna come out tomorrow.
Maybe. Yeah, I thought I was gonna. I didn't look last week because I was like, no, I'll save the One Piece discussion for when Gibbs back. But I guess there was none anyway. So Oda's getting lazy. He's getting sloppy. In his old age, he's losing his touch. Maybe you should pitch Clarissa, since they're like clearly One Piece has fallen off.
It's a Shonen Jump.
They need a new one. Oh wait, I guess you already did that.
I already did that.
That's
yeah,
true.
It was the Tezuka challenge.
Right.
I got a note from Akira Toriyama. He said, "This fucking sucks. Get better at drawing." And I was like, I cried.
But you know what? If there wasn't any hope for you, he wouldn't have even bothered to tell you that it sucks and you need to improve. So that's good, actually.
It is good.
Well, I'm just saying that One Piece has fallen off because it's gone 2 weeks without an update. So I think Oda's probably finished. He's toast.
This 2023. Did we even talk about the new year? Is this the first one that I've been on for the new year?
Yeah, okay,
I guess so. I guess fuck the new year. It's just another year. But
wait, no, you didn't we record one? No, you were on. We recorded one on the 2nd. Yeah, because it was 2 weeks ago.
Did I? Was I?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the calendar.
I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
2023 though, huh?
What about
that?
Yeah, I know, right? I saw you tweet that like the January is just like the start, or it's just like the practice.
It's a warm up. It's a practice month.
That's it. Yeah.
It doesn't feel like I'm ready to do anything yet. It's just sort of like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I get it. Yeah, I know, like we did the whole like 2023, but like, come on. It's not actually another year yet. That's how January always feels. You get to the end of January, like, wow, that was quick.
Halfway through it already. We'll be almost 2/3 of the way through it by the time this episode's out. Think about that. I hate it. I just don't care for it very much.
I want to get back on the wagon, the drawing comics wagon.
Oh yeah. Well,
that's what I need to get going. Just make chapter 4. Just make chapter 4 and then post it, and then people will be like, "Pog." Because at the moment, I don't know if anyone's pogging. I don't know if
nobody's
I don't know
pogging, and it's a big problem.
Nobody's pogging about Clarissa Gunsmoke. I mean, maybe now that the 3D thing came out, the commission
that did make me pog a little bit.
Yeah, made me pog a lot, and like I think partly it's just because it's been so long, and also most people haven't even read it yet because I didn't push it as hard as Bale Drape, maybe. Because maybe it's just
because it wasn't finished.
Yeah, I guess it wasn't finished, and that was the thing. Chapter 4 is the next chapter.
Yeah,
it still won't be finished. I'll have to draw even more pages.
But
I should do that. I should do chapter 4 by the end of the month. I think I can do that much.
I really should. I'm not gonna complain more about how I haven't finished the book yet. I really was yesterday. I was having I made really good progress yesterday. I think I've got everything. I think I've actually collected everything now that I need to put into the final index, and I don't think I need any more. Pretty much the index just needed everything to tell the complete story. Pretty much the complete story of Chris Chan's interaction with Endless War, to give the background for the rain and stuff, and like how that happened. I just wanted to put in context for like why that happened, and I think I've got everything. What I had to do was I had to go through the Discord logs itself and find like when she joined the server, when she got killed, the various times she got killed, the things she said in response to being killed, which were very funny. Her like making up commands like Mach Speed Dash and Goddess Protection and stuff.
I forgot that was her. That the people made the people were doing that.
Yeah,
that was funny. That was a funny meme.
It's there's some you're in some of like the chat logs, because like there were like you asked her like what her slime sona would be, and she replied with the card that was like her like goddess Sonichu form, and it's like, I am immune to the slime, and I move at bullet speed, so the slime can't catch me. There's a part after that where like what is it? Hang on. It's like she said oh god. Yeah, you say like make a slime sona, and like and Canny said if you die you can revive in the sewers, and Chris is just like, I'm just visiting for now, but I protect protect myself and I dash as I am needed, and you're just like nice. and Smearic says all right, and everyone's just like okay, cool, very cool. Just the way that she literally the way that she's just like actually I'm invincible, actually the rules of the game don't apply to me, like actually I just win, honestly. This is very it's pretty funny. And then she gets mad when she revived, and then Dupity killed her immediately. and then she revives again, but this time she revives and does goddess protection and goddess healing, and says well, I won't read the full text, but she wrote this long thing about like I'm not actually in this server, like I'm not actually dead, you didn't actually kill me, you can't because I'm invincible, by Mach Speed Dash, you know, that stuff. And I think the point is, I think I've got, it's so juvenile, but it's very funny. So I think I've fully collected all that, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. I have everything I need. And now it's literally just like fitted into the pages, and I'm doing like a color coding thing where like different people's text is in different colors to like make it look nice and make it improve readability. So I just got to do all that formatting and stuff. And I shouldn't complain. I don't want to complain about this anymore. I talk about this too much. I'm too much talking, not enough action. You know,
like that Elvis song.
Just like Elvis. Did I ever tell you Did I mention that guy who like briefly
Elvis Presley?
Yeah.
Yes.
The kid who like lived in my old house for a month or two, and he like didn't know who Elvis was.
I don't remember.
Like he'd never heard. I think his name was Jerry, and he was a Chinese kid. Like he had grown up like half. He spoke perfectly good English because like he had grown up somewhat in America, but also somewhat in China. Like he'd sort of been back and forth. And yeah, for some reason, our neighbors had a party for like an older relative of theirs, and they had an Elvis impersonator, and we were out in the yard, like just, observing this, and Jerry did not know who Elvis was. And I just think that that's remarkable.
It is kind of like, I remember in cartoons and stuff, there would be like, oh, it's the Elvis parody character. Elvis is like a pop culture icon that can be used, and people will know what it means.
Elvis is a pop culture icon.
Do that anymore. Do shows do that? Did Adventure Time do that?
I can't remember if Adventure Time did it.
I mean, Adventure Time is kind of old at this point. Like
a little bit.
Nowadays, these kids are getting like these like teen dramas, these cartoons with serious stakes, and they don't make Elvis jokes anymore. Not like the good old days.
Not like the good old days of Adventure Time. Like, I mean, Elvis was already old by the time Adventure Time was out.
Of course. He's very old.
My feeling is that Elvis was already old by the time like I was growing up, and like there were no shortage of Elvis stuff. I don't know. I feel like he's a ubiquitous cultural icon who will pretty much never completely go away.
I mean, I know him from growing up, but like I don't see Elvis things. So like I think it's quite possible you just don't come across it right now. Unless you like the music and you continue to listen to the music.
Honestly, I would have to be, I can't really say because I don't like watch shows. I don't really watch that much media anymore. So like maybe Elvis references have ceased to be a thing in the time that Jerry was growing up.
I feel like maybe not just in shows, but like a lot of entertainment is through YouTube. And what YouTuber would drop an Elvis reference?
I mean, perhaps, maybe.
They'd reference memes. Elvis doesn't have a meme, that's the reason. He doesn't have like a big text, bottom text meme.
We used to call memes jokes back in the day.
Even Freddie Mercury had a meme. He had that like hand like pose. It turned into a rage comic thing.
Hand pose?
It's like he's got his hand way up and it's like, fuck yeah. It's like, I did it. Freddie Mercury. I saw that in Rage Comics. Maybe that's definitely not used so much anymore.
Might have seen that.
If you want to live through post death, if you want to become an icon, you got to become a meme.
Yeah, it's like, unfortunately, Elvis died before Rage Comics existed, so there was never any hope that he would be memorialized.
So did Freddie Mercury.
Unlike Freddie Mercury, who who was born just in time. Just in time. Man, the feeling. I get a feeling from Disco Elysium whenever they talk about disco. I feel
Elysiast.
No. I'm just.
You feel the groove?
No, just whenever the way they talk about disco as like basically a trend that came and went. I feel like. I guess I've become old enough that like I understand the feeling of like, hey, that thing that I used to like that is completely like. Everyone's over it and it's not a thing anymore, really. Like I now feel like I know what it's like, and I don't know. I can relate that feeling to something like I don't know. What's another trend that came and went in my lifetime? Emo, scene kids.
Skateboarding.
Yeah.
Skateboarding was like the hugest thing ever.
Skateboard culture.
In the 90s. But now it's like,
yeah.
I don't know, sometimes you see somebody skating. That's it.
Yeah.
In real life, that's all.
I think so. I saw a clip of some freaking hippies back in the day, and I saw this clip of it. They were being interviewed and they were asking them like, "Hey, what's all this hippie stuff about?" And there was these three white people they responded. They were sitting in a big field, just hanging out. Lots of people were there, white people, and they were just like, "Yeah, I just don't want to be like my parents." Like, I just, it's not all about money. It's not all about working. It's about money. It's just about living. It's just about being in the vibe. It's about vibing. And like, I
agree.
I get it. And I agree with that. But this tweet was presented it's like, like a lot of these hippies all went on to become Reaganites, right? Like these hippies were all like, a lot of them, the white ones in particular. I mean, I guess hippies they weren't really black hippies. No, there were. No, that's not true. But like people like being a hippie pretty much meant nothing. Like politically, like what do you stand for? It pretty much meant nothing. It was just a cultural thing. It was like a hedonism thing. Like someone like the Black Panthers would have had like a real like political agenda. But like the hippies were just kind of there to do drugs and have sex. And then they went on to vote for Reagan.
Yeah.
And it's truly despicable.
Hippies these days vote for Yang. It still sucks. Nothing's changed.
Yang spoke the language of the welfare state. Yang made it sound like he wanted a more an even velvetier glove on the budgetary policy, and I like that. But it was all smoke and mirrors. He was just obfuscating his weird, stupid tech bro thing. I was fooled. Fooled, but he deliberately tried to fool me. Okay, fool me once. Shame on him. That's what I'm saying. It's not my fault.
Did we talk about the tweet where like Yang was like sucking up to Elon Musk on Twitter?
Was that recent?
I don't think it was recent, but it was something that happened. It was like, okay, Yang, whatever.
I don't remember that one specifically.
We already knew you were a little bitch, but now this is embarrassing.
What did he say? Was it like post Twitter takeover?
I think it must have been pre. Wasn't that recent.
Honestly, I've seen people like being. I mean, I've seen people criticizing Elon, including people like Mark Cuban and stuff. Like even fellow billionaires are like, which is funny. But I've also seen people being like, oh, like Stephen King was like way too nice. After like that, after Musk's like
Stephen hasn't had a brawl in his life.
He didn't have a brawl.
But no, that's what I mean. He's like, he's just like, the slightest confrontation. No. He's a lovely man, I'm sure. Like, didn't want to start anything.
Terrible. Elon was being such a little bitch, and then for Stephen King just be like, oh, it's fine. Oh, he's just like, no, he's acting like a little pussy. He's acting like an annoying little bitch to you. Call him a little cunt.
It's still funny to me that like Stephen King's comment about it's too expensive. And then Elon was like, what if I change it? What if I lower it to 8? And then that's the number.
Yeah.
Because Stephen King turned it into an $8 thing.
That is funny. That it's just because Stephen King said it was too expensive. That's pretty good. Damn, I can't believe it. Anytime I can't believe the kind of accounts that I see subscribe to fucking Twitter Blue. I genuinely don't understand. I'll see some people with like 50 followers that are subscribed to Twitter Blue. It's like, why? What are you spending that $8 for?
They like the check mark.
Is that literally it?
I mean, I don't know. I think Twitter Blue has a bunch of like fluff that it says that you can get if you subscribe. So like stuff that doesn't matter at all.
Yeah, honestly, I would kind of understand. I don't like it, but I kind of understand if someone is like a business account. Like if someone is like livelihood is like some business that they run and they promote using their Twitter account. I could kind of understand that, like, you know, if Twitter Blue promises like greater reach or priority to your tweets or whatever, I can understand who'd be like, well, if I don't get that, it'll hurt my sales or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you're just some guy with like 100 followers, why? What would you even get out of it?
It's either dick sucking or like,
it's like virtue signal. It's like a kind of virtue signaling.
Yeah,
it's like
I'm doing my part to make this website good.
the Starship Troopers. I'm doing my part.
Ka-ching.
Yeah.
I want to. No reason to bring this up. I had a big nostalgia thing a few days ago about a bunch of British shows, but of course you don't know any of them, so there's no point bringing it up.
I probably don't. I mean, unless you want to just throw some names out and see if I've heard of any of them.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way. They're like.
Well, now I'm curious.
Bernard's Watch is a show about a kid who has a watch that stops time, and he does things when the time is stopped. And I remember the cinematography being like, wow, how do they pause it? How do they pause real life? It was very compelling. Things didn't have gravity when they were paused. It was like 90s or late 80s, like visual effects. I remember liking that.
Just freeze frame. Freeze frame and green screen.
Yeah, and then you can move around in them. That was a fun one. There was My Parents Are Aliens. My parents, the aliens come to Earth. They disguise themselves as human adults, and they get some kids from the orphanage, and they have a wacky, fun time. It's a sitcom.
Interesting.
And the parents don't know what human life is, and the orphans have to, the kids have to explain to them, and they have to make sure no one finds out that their parents are. I think the joke is that, oh, your parents are cool, or your parents are like a little odd, but nobody ever suspects alien.
I did read My Teacher is an Alien, which was a series of books as a kid. You know those?
Nope.
You know, they're a series of fairly young children's novels, but you know they're like Animorphs, but like aimed even younger. And you know, I actually follow the author of those books on Twitter. You know, I realized, thinking back, I feel like I might have said this before, but I'll say it again. I saw that guy on Twitter. His name's Bruce Coville, and I was like, oh, he's the guy who wrote those books that I read as a kid. And I remembered that like those books kind of have a pretty like they sort of have a pretty like big business bad. They have a pretty like leftist like politics sort of current undercutting them, especially in like the last one. It sort of gets like it talks about like how the aliens like see the Earth and like all the problems that are on Earth, and a lot of it is like, yeah, resources are being hoarded by like, you know, individuals when there's enough to go around, but it's not being shared due to like economic reasons. And I was like, oh wow, wait a minute, Bruce Coville's based actually. He told me that communism was good when I was a little child. He groomed me, and I appreciate it. So yeah.
Oh,
and now he just tweets about how like, you know, Republicans are bad. And I'm like, yes, thank you, Bruce.
Oh, nice.
You're right. Good man. Keep doing what you're doing. What were you saying?
Here's a show that I think did come to America, but it's under a different name, or maybe it came from America, probably that direction. Jungle Run. Put a link. Jungle Run is like they're in the jungle, and it's a bunch of kids, and they have to do obstacle courses to get the jewels in the crystal caves, and the monkeys are gonna throw bananas at them, and they have to like. It's really cool.
Is it like Did you ever see Legend of the Hidden Temple?
Yeah, I think that's the. I don't know if they're like directly like the same show, but like one's from the UK and one's from the US, like the same production company sold the rights or whatever.
Yeah,
but it's not the same name, so maybe not.
I mean, it's a different different set and everything.
Yeah, it's all filmed in the UK or somewhere. And
this is from 2002.
Yeah.
Oh, this was. I mean, I think. I don't know if Legend of the Hidden Temple was still running in 2002.
Yeah, maybe it's a spiritual successor.
Perhaps.
But I really love Jungle Run.
Oh, that kid fell in the water. Ha ha ha! Lol, he fell in the brown water. Gross. Ew, that water looks really dirty.
I really. They had a thing where at the very end of the thing they had like a big monkey head, and based on your success in the trials preceding it, you had a certain amount of seconds to go in there and do a puzzle and collect one of 3 monkey statues. There's a bronze, a silver, and a gold one. And if you did really well on the puzzle, and if you had a lot of seconds in order to do really well, you could get the gold one. But then you had to grab it, and you have to run out before the monkey mouth closes. And when the monkey mouth closes, the show acts like the children are locked in there forever, and they'll die because they took too long.
They got like
they were too greedy.
They got frickin' Aladdin like giant jaguar head.
Yeah.
The mouth closed.
The mouth closed, and they're like, and the presenter would be like, looks like they're not coming back. And when I was a kid, I was like, no, they're dead. I was so scared I didn't want to apply to this show.
That's awesome.
I really wanted to do it, but like, what if I die? That was my thought process. I remember that very specifically. It would be fun,
but like, what if I died though?
What if I die in the monkey head? I don't want to risk that.
Damn, I really like this show, but like, all those kids freaking die on it all the time. Like, that's a bummer.
Sid and Elvis, the fucking orangutans.
Those men in like, those people in monkey costumes are so awkward looking.
Yeah, they're pretty cheap looking.
Yeah.
They're just throwing shit. Oh,
and why are the kids and the host all wearing these like weird costumes with weird rubber masks? Oh wait, they're just British. Oh dear. Tragic. Jungle Run. No, I never heard of that.
I want to play this in real life. I want an escape room that's like a real huge jungle that I can run through.
I think I would find escape rooms annoying if I tried them in real life. I don't know. I don't think I would enjoy them.
I don't think so either. I think there's something about it being just a room, and you're usually with a group of people. But when I'm doing like a point and click escape room, like a game,
yeah,
it's like, oh, it's spooky, and I'm not trying to figure out all of the stuff, and I'm pondering to myself, and I'm thinking, and I'm finding clues. But in an escape rooms that I've seen, you got a group of friends, and you're like, oh, what's this? What's that? And I would feel so annoyed if I wasn't the guy who found the clue. I was just looking in the wrong place, and I was like, okay, well, I guess we're moving on.
I think I would feel the same way. The fact that you're doing it with a group. Also, even if I was doing it by myself, the fact that like I know that I'm being observed, like the people that like host, the people that make the room are like watching you, and like they give you
you're not jacking off,
and they give you hints if you need it and stuff. And like I think that would just really unsettle me and like really take me out of it, just knowing that. And then also doing it with a group is like even more so. Like I have to like. I can't just like focus on the thing. I have to like also be interacting with this group, and I think it would take me out of it. And I think I would just be like rolling my eyes. I think I would find clues or whatever, and I would just roll my eyes like, oh, okay, they're doing it's a murder mystery. Like I found the murder note. The theme corny. I'd find it really corny. I think.
My gamer brain and my socializing brain are so different. Like I feel like trying to do one or the other would like ruin something. Like if I tried to play the game, I would be antisocial. And if I tried to be social, I wouldn't be paying attention to what's around me.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think I would feel pretty much the same about that.
Anyway, British people in the comments, comment shows that you remember, and also if you remember the ones I said, and say, oh my god, childhood unlocked, click!
Well, I don't believe it. I don't believe any of these are real.
There's proof.
They're all too real, unfortunately. Bernard's Watch. Give me a fucking break. That's like a fake show that I would make up if I was like writing about.
All right, let me fucking type in Bernard's Watch.
I see it here.
Another one.
Art Attack and Brum.
Oh, Art Attack. Art Attack is legendary.
I see Dick and Dom and DeBungalow.
I
typed my parents are aliens. Show. I typed my parents are aliens, and it gave me a bunch of related searches. And yeah, I see.
Yeah,
Brum.
It's the same. It's the same. Oh, Brum. Oh, that's like baby childhood.
The story of Tracy Beaker.
Tracy Beaker. That's another big one.
Huh.
They were all on it was like CBBC and CITV. The like ITV and BBC children's programming slots. So how many
letters are you LGBTQ people? How many letters do you need?
They're two different networks.
I see.
CITV is the children's version of ITV, which is usually channel 3, and then BBC was channel 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
And CBBC is a different channel, the children's BBC, and we switched between them because they had everything. There was no ads. Well, I think on CITV there were ads, but it was just a bunch of cool shows all in a row. Very rarely was there like an American show. Maybe
just keep your mind pure.
Arthur came in. Arthur was a big one.
Wasn't
Arthur?
Think of
like
no,
Canadian.
Wasn't Arthur British? Like, wasn't the original author? Actually, I don't even know that. No, it's probably not.
Arthur.
Developed by Kathy Waugh.
Animated educational television series. PBS.
Oh, it's created by American author Mark Brown. Nope, I'm wrong.
Yeah. There's Rupert Bear, who looks nothing like him, but he has the similar jumper.
Not familiar.
Yeah, he's got a jumper on. I don't even remember what Rupert Bear was like. I remember having like a watercolor children's book of him, and he was a bear, and boy howdy, he wasn't quite Winnie the Pooh, but he was something.
He sure was something.
Is Rupert Bear older than Winnie the Pooh? The character is 6 years older than Winnie the Pooh. Whoa. Oh. Original bear. 1928.
He's the original bear.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, no, I've seen this guy somewhere.
Paddington Bear is another one.
Oh, someone's hacking up a lung out in my hallway. Is Paddington older than Winnie the Pooh?
No, Paddington's a lot younger.
Okay.
Yeah, 1926 was Rupert Bear. Paddington was 1958. He was a 60s bear. Or almost 60s.
When was Winnie the Pooh?
1932?
No. No, the Latin translation is from the 50s. Lol. Okay, 1926. Yeah, the 20s. So damn, he's almost 100. Yeah. He's almost 100 years old.
He is.
I mean, Rupert Bear is 100 years old.
He's Jesus. 103, 102.
Jesus fucking Christ.
And what has he done with that time?
Wait a minute. A Winnie the Pooh was Edward Bear in 1924.
What? Hang on. This is a. We got to go down this bear hole.
Yeah, the first Winnie the Pooh story was called When We Were Very Young, but the bear in it is called Edward, even though it's definitely the same bear.
Fictional anthropomorphic teddy bear created by English author A.A. Milne. We got like a monopoly on bears over here. We made Paddington as well. What bears have you got? You got like
we have Teddy Roosevelt, the original teddy bear. Theodore.
That's a pretty big one.
Yeah. Sorry, idiot.
Which president was he or?
That would have to be who was the one who like didn't talk much?
Donald Trump never spoke a word. That guy.
Coolidge. Calvin Coolidge was Eeyore.
Who is Rabbit? Which American president is Rabbit?
Oh man, I'm trying to think if there's an American president. No, is it Andrew Jackson? He was cantankerous.
I don't know anything about American presidents except that Lincoln had a beard.
The story, and it's probably apocryphal, but the story about Calvin Coolidge is that like a woman, he was famously a man of few words, and at a party, a woman said to him, like my friend bet, like I bet my friend bet me that I couldn't get you to say 3 words to me, and he replied, "You lose."
That's fun.
Yeah, it's a funny anecdote. Who knows if it's true or not?
He could have said "fuck off."
Fuck you. That would have been better. He said "die" and he pulled out a gun. Who's the Tigger? Bill Clinton. Who's the Roo? Taft.
What about the Kanga?
Hillary Clinton. Oh wait.
Owl? I forget
Eisenhower.
what Owl is like.
Well, I was gonna say smart, but actually no. He's just pompous. He's pompous and he thinks he's smart, but he's not.
And Christopher Robin is Joe Biden. Autobiographical.
Christopher, yeah, he's Christopher Robinette Biden. This is the new like, instead of, you ever heard people say that like the Winnie the Pooh characters are all different like mental disorders?
Yeah, I think I've heard that.
Yeah, like Pooh is ADHD, Eeyore is depression, Owl is like narcissism, or maybe
that's not a disorder.
It is. Narcissistic personality disorder is it's like a B cluster or whatever you call it. Yeah.
I don't think of it as a disorder, but I guess so.
It's a personality disorder, like BPD. It's one of those.
Big penis discharge. What does that mean?
Borderline personality disorder. Not bipolar disorder. That's not BPD. Borderline personality disorder.
And that they borderline have a personality.
Borderline personality disorder. I don't know. It's just one of those. It's just a particular kind of shitty personality that you might have. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what's the line between like when do you have a personality disorder and when are you just have a shitty personality? And then maybe there is no difference. Maybe there is no line.
Yeah.
Although I know that people with like personality disorders like that, I guess like they I've heard they have to manage their symptoms, right? Like people like apparently like you can have narcissistic personality disorder, but you can have it, but you just have to like keep in mind that you have it all the time and like adjust your adjust how you behave to like go against your natural inclinations just based on knowledge of like, okay, I know that I'm just, my disordered thinking makes me feel like I should do this, but I know that that's like a narcissistic thing to do, and so I should do this other thing instead. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
So Eeyore, just remember that you're depressed all the time, and just try to be happy, okay?
And
just
smile
about it.
instead. Just smile, Eeyore. You're prettier when you smile. Okay, I guess. Well, he goes up to the clouds. He goes up to watch the clouds when he's happy.
Yeah, and now he's got 6 wives.
And now, yes. And they've cured his depression. I wonder. Okay, at least two of his wives are like mother and daughter, possibly more. That's weird, right?
That is weird, but is it illegal? Is it fucked up?
I don't know that it's illegal. Well, I mean,
Is it fucked up?
I mean, they're not married to each other. They're married to Eeyore.
They're like, well, yeah. I guess I don't know the terminology for like polygonal, polygonal, polygamous marriages. Like, what do you say to the two wives? What are they to each other? Sisters, but not really. In
like Mormon polygamy, I've heard them call each other sister wives, and I mean, I guess they are like, since they each
parallel wives.
I mean, if your sibling married a woman, they would be your sister-in-law. So if your spouse marries a woman, well, okay, if you're
that'll be your lover-in-law.
Are you also okay? I think. Are you your own sibling? If you are your own sibling, then I think I would say that you are also your spouse's in-law as well as their spouse, and therefore your spouse's spouse is another of your in-law. So you are sister-in-laws.
Well, I think
as well as fellow wives with your spouse's spouse.
Well, I looked up the word sibling. Sibling is a relative that shares at least one parent with the subject. So it's you're only a sibling in relation to someone else.
I mean, sure.
You can't be your own.
I feel intuitively, I feel like, yeah, I mean, I guess technically you're not your own in-law and you're not your own sibling, but like you have other than the fact that you are yourself and not another person, you meet all the criteria of being a sibling with your own siblings and all the criteria of being an in-law with your in-laws. You know what I'm saying?
I guess.
To me, it intuitively makes sense that you and another woman are both married to the same guy, you are sister-in-laws. Even though I guess an in-law is your sibling's spouse or your spouse's sibling, and your spouse is not your sibling.
Your spouse is not your sibling unless
is not de facto your sibling. Well, okay, but if your sibling marries someone, they become your sibling in-law. So I feel like if you marry someone, I guess you wouldn't become a sibling-in-law because you are not your own sibling. They just become your self-in-law because you are yourself.
I have no idea what you're getting at. I lost the plot.
I'm saying, it's like you're even... I just feel like the relationship of an in-law is satisfied if you marry. I feel like you are your spouse's in-law, and therefore your spouse's spouse is another of your in-laws, and therefore you are, in a certain sense, a sibling-in-law of your fellow polygamous wives.
I don't think Eeyore thought about this.
Hence the term sister wives. I think so. Is it incest? No. Is it incest if you marry a mother and daughter? Are you merely rendering them? Are you rendering them siblings-in-law of one another? And
yeah,
is this,
I guess so.
And is this evil, or is this good?
It would be like adjacent to evil, but not literally evil.
Can we arrest Eeyore?
Why did
what
he
he
do
has
it?
done? He's tearing the Powers family apart with his pure riz. He's so irresistible to these Powers women that his charisma is destroying their family. And we've got to do something about it.
I mean, he is like a little stuffed animal. It makes sense that they all want to hug him. So cute.
What if maybe they have like a what's the word? A platonic marriage. Maybe they don't fuck.
Yeah, maybe. Has Eeyore ever fucked in the show? I don't think so.
Not to my knowledge. Not to my knowledge.
Did Kanga make Rue? Did she be pregnant?
Are you asking if Eeyore is Rue's dad?
No, I'm just saying, do these animals is conception possible? I know they're all plush toys and it's all in Christopher Robin's head, except it's not. It's real.
It's real. It's real. I mean, I guess the implication is that she gave birth to him, even though that never actually happened.
Who's the dad? That's the new show. That's the new episode.
Here's what I'm confused about. Okay, in the Eeyore group, one of the wives is Laura Powers, and one of the wives is Ruth Powers, and Ruth is Laura's mom. But there's also someone called Ruth Powers Jr. But like, who the fuck is that?
It's probably like a flashback episode, younger version. Or,
I can't find any reference to Ruth Powers Jr.
Granddaughter?
That's not how that works.
I don't know. Who is this person? I'm not seeing the image.
I gotta find it. I gotta find it again. Ben Hughes. All right, here we go. Here in this one, he mentions Ruth Powers Jr. Eeyore has Wait, he's only got 4 wives? Ruth Powers, Laura Powers, Allison Taylor, and Ruth Powers Jr.? Wait a minute. So what happened to the other 2? Because there were 6... He had 6 girlfriends. But he only married 4 of them. What did the other 6 do wrong?
Where is this on the timeline? Was this yesterday?
Yeah, this is recent.
Did he divorce 2 of them already?
I think he just didn't marry them.
But wasn't there a thing with his 6 wives? Like, wasn't that...
I must have misread. He had 6 girlfriends, but according to this tweet, he only has 4 wives. And I just want to know the whole story, okay? I just want to understand.
Laughed at Captain Caveman's battle cry, and the director said, "Hey, that's funny."
Maybe he has 6 wives, but only 4 of them were just included in this scene.
Yeah, maybe he has more wives.
I think he probably he did marry all 6. I mean, I'm gonna think I should assume that until proven. Maybe on January 1st. Okay, I'm going to scroll back to January 1st and see if I can find a reference. Oh, Eeyore. Oh, no, okay. Eeyore and his 6 wives, Ruth Powers, Laura Powers, Allison Taylor, Laura Powers B. What? Ruth Powers Jr. and Allison's sister, the babysitter. What the fuck? Laura Powers B. and Ruth Powers Jr.
Oh, under the tweet you posted, somebody said, "This is epic, Ben, but is it really okay for Eeyore to marry a kid?" Ben replies, "It is okay."
Oh. Okay, thanks for clearing that up. Thank you for clearing that up for me. I wasn't sure. Holy fuck. This changes everything.
He's just cutting right through the bullshit.
It is okay. It's okay. If you were wondering, I found it. I found the canon. Eeyore and his 6 girlfriends got married.
Oh.
Wait a minute. There's another one. There's a whole bunch of stuff on the first. Eeyore and his 6... Today's Eeyore and 6 girls' wedding. I can't believe it.
It's remarkable.
He didn't say she's not a kid. He said, yes, it is okay to marry a kid.
For Eeyore to marry a kid.
Okay. Who is Ruth Powers Jr.? Who is Laura Powers B? That's the mystery. That's the mystery.
Laura Powers B. I no idea.
Maybe I should just ask him.
Yeah. It is okay.
That's incredible. All right, I'm probably gonna ask him, like, who are these 2 other people? Are they like alternate timeline versions? Maybe it's like Ruth as shown in like a flashback episode.
I can't get over his filmmaking style of like playing a clip, pausing, moving to another tab where he's prepared the reaction shot in a different video.
Yeah.
Plays that, pauses, next one.
Like, does he know that he could put these clips into like a free program like Vegas, and he could just like he could cut? I feel like he would enjoy it. I think he would enjoy the product of that more.
I don't know. I feel like that's a whole lot of steps. It's easier just to set them all up and then get your phone out, record him.
Guess. I mean, I think he could do it. I see no reason he wouldn't be able to do it. So, maybe this is just, this method of record different tabs with my phone. Maybe that's good enough. That gets him where he needs to be.
He just made a tweet, and he says "elephant race," period.
Yeah,
and it's a picture of elephant race.
Yeah,
it's not like it's something he edited. It's just a picture.
Well, didn't he put like Oh yeah, it is just a picture.
There was one from a show.
There was one where he put Team E. I like this one a lot. Team Eeyore at the Burrow race with Ruth Powers, Laura Powers, and Arison Taylor as racers, and Eeyore as the starter. He's at what's that cat's name?
Hang on. Did you post it or do I
just posted it.
Oh,
Cat?
I know it from Hanna-Barbera stuff. I don't remember what it's from.
He edited a smile onto one of the. Is that Ruth Powers B?
Is it because she's wearing a different outfit? Is this like a different time, different episode?
Okay, it looks to me. I just don't know. One of his girlfriends is just the same as his other girlfriend, but wearing a different shirt.
He just likes the fit. He can't decide. He has to have both two people.
This guy's got a type. And it's this specific family lineage from The Simpsons.
The Burrow race, like, cut off at the torso, cut off at, like, the crotch area, and then just standing.
Yeah, Allison is just standing there. She's got her full feet. Good for her. I like that they're on a blue background to sort of blend into the sky. It's good. It's a good effort. That's attention to detail that I appreciate.
That is. Maybe you could do Vegas stuff. Also, Vegas isn't free.
It's
not a free program. No, You have to pirate it. You've had it for so long, you forgot.
Yeah, I did. Okay, I mean, fine. Windows Movie Maker, then. If you're just going to cut clips together.
Yeah, that's perfectly serviceable.
Yeah. I have to go to the bathroom. I'll be back in a second.
Alright, I guess I'll go as well.
Okay, I'm back. You there?
Yep.
Yeah. What's up?
Dunno.
Let's explore that.
I played the Madagascar PS2 video game.
Yeah, what was that
like?
Not
too long ago. It's good. It's like a good little platformer.
Is it like a collectathon?
Yeah, you collect some stuff. You got some levels where you got to do the events of the movie, and you got like all the characters from the film, and they're not voice acted by their voice actors, but the voice actors do a very good job of impersonating. They got
the old Dan Castellaneta impersonating Robin Williams syndrome.
Huh?
Well, in the genie was Robin Williams, but then in all the like sequels and all the adaptations, he's voiced by Dan Castellaneta doing his best Robin Williams impersonation.
Yeah, wasn't that because Robin Williams was like, "Fuck you, pay me"? And they didn't.
It's not. It's not really about that he didn't get paid. It's that like he had a sort of weird kind of like thing where like he really. I don't know if I should really believe this, but what I've heard is that he just really didn't want the movie to be like super like commercialized, and he didn't want to like make the movie about him, and he didn't like want it to have any sequels, and so when it had sequels, he didn't want to like come back for them. Like I think that
a commodity or whatever.
I think he liked the movie and he wanted to be part of it, but he didn't want it to like be. He didn't want to like sell the movie like on his as like a Robin Williams product or something, or he didn't like. I don't know. That's what I've heard, and that sounds like it's honestly as I say it, I'm like that sounds like some Robin Williams like apologia. That sounds like some very like, oh, he's just such a visionary. He didn't like the commercialism of it. Like Robin Williams is not Bill Watterson. Maybe he is. I don't know.
I heard he was cool, but I don't know.
I
never met him.
That sounds very flattering. It's probably more like there was beef. It's probably there was beef for some reason. And the Robin Williams side, the pro Robin Williams side of it is he didn't like the way that it was like marketed, and he didn't like the idea of there being sequels and stuff. So he just didn't come back for them.
I think that's fair.
Perhaps.
But I looked up because I was Chris Rock does the zebra in Madagascar, Marty the zebra.
Yeah.
The voice actor in the game was exactly like Chris Rock. I was like, did they really get? Because this game was like, it's a PS2 licensed game, and it's pretty small scope. Like it's got a bunch of levels, and then you play them, and then you win.
Mm-hmm.
And
as one does.
And the animation's great, and the graphics are quite good, and it's like nice. And the voice acting is like, how do they really get the voice actors? And I looked it up, and it's not Chris Rock. It's actually a guy who does. I need to find him. He did the voice of Samurai Jack and like a billion other things.
I probably would have heard his name.
Phil Lamar.
Okay, sounds sort of familiar.
Phil Lamar did 1 trillion voices in video games and cartoons, and it was so funny. Well, not funny. It was cool. Being like, wow, he's that and this and this. I forget exactly what it was. Known for Pulp Fiction. Was he in Pulp Fiction? Oh, he was Hermes in Futurama.
Oh, that's like what was it? Fry being was also voiced by. He was voiced of Ren and Stimpy. His name's like Billy something.
I don't know.
Voice of Fry. Billy West. Yeah, Billy West was also a Ren and Stimpy. I mean,
he was the voice of Kit Fisto and Jar Jar Binks on the Lego Star Wars game.
Oh, only in the game, not in the movie.
No, the Lego Star Wars game.
Yeah, exactly.
They didn't have a Lego Star Wars movie. Holy shit, that would be cool.
No, I mean,
like playing with Lego.
Yes, I know, but I mean that he didn't voice those characters in the movie. They got him for the Lego version of the game. Yeah. Kit Fisto.
So many.
Oh, Kit Fisto, is that the bounty hunter?
No, he's the tentacle-headed green lightsaber guy, Jedi.
Oh, yeah, right, okay. Sure. They don't call him Kit Fisto because he's into chicks, if you know what I mean.
I don't.
That's what Plinkett said.
I remember.
Okay.
Yeah, in the original Samurai Jack, he did Samurai Jack and basically every other character on that show.
Really? Did they
I'm not sure if he did Aku, but like he did.
Did they like bring Samurai Jack back for like a final season?
Yeah,
like,
it's called Samurai Back.
Really?
No.
Oh. Yeah, I saw someone talking about the last season of Samurai Jack, and I think I had forgot, but like I think like they brought it back like later, and they did like a more like adult like sort of like final run of episodes, kind of like how they brought Futurama back, but I'm not sure. I just saw people talking about it, and I was like, maybe I didn't catch that part.
I'm scrolling. Oh my god, I'm still in 2016.
I'm sorry, but like look at this one. Look at this.
Team ER in Scooby-Doo, and guess who?
It's guess who it is. Did you know some of these, in at least one of these, Eeyore is no longer friends with like Christopher Robin and the 100 Acre Wood crowd. Like he's moved out of there, and he's cut his ties.
Dang.
Yeah, I guess I don't know if like maybe he didn't like how like they bullied him or something. He didn't like Tigger like breaking his little stupid little shack.
They didn't like him having a polygamous relationship with 6 women.
Yeah, he converted to Mormonism, and they're like, dude, isn't that like a cult? And he's like, fuck you. Fuck you. What's his name? What's his name was the prophet? What was the guy's name? Joseph Smith?
Sorry, I'm looking at Garfield.
Yes, Joseph Smith Jr. is the founder of Mormonism.
He did stuff for Diablo 3. He did voices for this and that. So many games. Like, I'm scrolling, there's like hundreds of things that he's had a voice in. They're not always like the main character, but sometimes it is, and it's like, wow. What a guy. That guy works. That's a working man.
Good for him, you know?
Yeah, it was Marvin in Pulp Fiction.
Who's Marvin?
Probably a small role, but I can't remember.
Is it like the guy in that like couple that tries to rob the cafe?
Duh.
No. Oh, he's the guy who... Yeah, he's the guy who, I think he's the guy that Jules gives the, like, gives the speech to about, like, don't fucking fuck with my boss or whatever. That is one tasty burger, you know?
Yeah. Oh, seeing John Travolta's face reminded me. You know, in Better Call Saul, you know he has those gaggle of film students he has running around to help with like stuff, like TV commercials and
yeah,
things.
Yeah.
The makeup girl has John Travolta's face.
Yeah.
And I just want to see if anyone else sees what I'm seeing. Because I don't see people talking about that. It's John Travolta.
Why
but
aren't people talking about it?
It's a makeup girl. Let me know.
Can you show me, please?
Okay.
I don't want to look it up myself.
Okay. This is the makeup girl in Better Call Saul on set. That's what she looks like, and she has like.
Oh, I see it.
Distinctive, sort of larger lips, maybe nose, maybe a sort of a jawline like that. And the eye placement just feels like it's John Travolta.
I kind of see it. Yeah.
I like her.
Yeah.
Just letting that be known. John Travolta's cool.
She's got a big mouth.
She's got a Mick Jagger lips.
Yeah. I see it. I'm feeling like maybe we should go to voicemail soon. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I wanted to mention. Probably not, honestly. I probably said too much already. I've probably incriminated myself more than is necessary on this podcast over these past, what is it, like 370 episodes?
Yeah, why not more crime at this point?
Yeah. Well, I'll try. Do you want to do voicemails?
Yep.
Okay. Where I had a tab open. Whatever, I'll just open a new tab. All right, send us a voicemail, speakpipe.com/PCB voicemail, or whatever it is. Okay. Scrolling down, it looks like our first voicemail this week is... Damn, someone's cooking pizza. Someone is cooking pizza downstairs in my kitchen, and I'm smelling it, and I'm thinking I should cook my pizza. I should cook my Kirkland brand Supreme vegetable pizza. When are they going to get back to Nate? When are they going to get back to him? SHCW video. Okay, I think I get it. Because in Naruto.
Oh, that's what I did. When are they going to get back to Sasuke?
This,
this is the filler arc. Nate's going to come back.
This is just the filler arc.
He's going to have the Rinnegan when he comes back.
Is that the big red eye?
No, it's the special super eye that's like a bunch of spirals.
Yeah, well, the Sharingan...
Sharingan super duper.
Okay, the red one is like
itchy
it's like
stuff.
a bunch of concentric red circles. Am I thinking of the right one?
I think it changes. Like you can
Rinnegan.
unlock higher levels of the Sharingan, and it's like red and black, and it has a different symbol depending on how cool it is.
Okay. I did not get that far in the show, so anyway. Yeah,
But yeah, he'll have it. You just won't see it because he's got the sunglasses on. Like he pulls them up, and he's got the eyes.
When the OVA drops and the Dojin drops, that'll be Nate's big return. He'll come back and they'll return to the glory. We'll make the PCP great again. It will return to our mythologized past, etc., etc. He'll come back and smite all our enemies. Best guy is coming. Best guy is coming, and he's gonna bring food and water and smite our enemies. It's like that's what Bart says about Krusty in the Camp Krusty episode of The Simpsons. Classic, season 3 classic, possibly my favorite episode. Anyway, the next voicemail.
It's another image.
Yeah, oh boy, I can't wait to look at it.
I'm looking.
I'm gonna look. Die, hypothetical.
It's a white knight protecting Mage.
Someone is white knighting. Yeah, I don't remember what I imagined this hypothetical commenter saying. I guess I imagined they would be defending Mage from me. They should die. Mage is very happy with what's going on.
Little devil horns.
I wish I had a knight. Wish I had a guy with a shield to block attacks directed against me.
That's why you need large stacks of cash so you can buy one.
Exactly.
You hire a knight in armor. Bodyguard.
CC mentions Pooh's Adventures. Do you remember Pooh's Adventures?
Is that different from Pooh General?
Pooh's Adventures was like a sort of like trend among people that don't know how to make videos, where they would like crudely cut together footage of Winnie the Pooh with like other cartoons in order to make like Pooh's Adventures of the Little Mermaid, which is just basically you like cut reaction shots of Winnie the Pooh into the Little Mermaid to sort of pretend that like the cast of Winnie the Pooh is part of the plot of Little Mermaid. For example,
I've never seen that.
I discovered this rabbit hole a while ago. A long time ago, years ago actually, and I considered trying to make like a video about it. Or honestly, I wonder if there's a lecture in that. You know what? I'm gonna make a note. I might look into this. I'm gonna put it in my little Word document. All right. Next one is
More image.
There's so many images. I'm so tired. So tired of images. The treachery of images. Did you know, in order to prepare for his role as a deranged killer in the movie Joker, actor Joaquin Phoenix joined the PCP Minecraft server, and you too can become a deranged killer. Link down in the description to join the PCP Minecraft server Discord server, which will explain to you how to get it set up. And oh yeah, since my internet works now, we should do a stream soon. We should hop on that PCP Minecraft server, baby.
Have a little mine, a little craft.
We should have a little mine. Yeah, we should craft a mine or two. I think it could be good. I'll do it.
Did you skip one?
Did I? I don't think so.
I think you skipped this.
Oh,
the homogeneous. This one.
Oh, homogeneous. I do get it. Do you get it?
Yeah, it's Geno's.
It's Geno's.
But it's not Geno from Super Mario Legend of the Starry Boy.
No. Not the same guy. Not the same guy. No relation. But I do get it, though. So
the next one. Yeah.
Okay. Mage's dreams versus Ben's. I hate cheesy stuff. I mean, it's just true. Yeah.
Is this relating to something you said last episode, or is it just...
No, it was a couple episodes ago. I woke up from a random dream in which I just was on Twitter. Not on Twitter, on Discord, just saying how much I hate Cheesy Manfredo. And then I woke up and I thought, why did I dream of that? I said that.
You look like such a sack of potatoes.
Yeah. Beard's coming
like a
in.
big purple onesie.
Beard's coming in good, though. Beard's coming in good.
This is nice. This is a nice drawing.
It is a nice drawing. Is that who's that goblin watching me?
I thought it was Batman.
I think it's a goblin in shadow. Batman doesn't have pupils when he's wearing his cowl.
Oh, yeah.
Not in his animated form, anyway. This is just funny. What's with that maze? It's like a distant, like, hedge maze on that hill.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was just decorated. It could be a maze.
Volcano. In theory, Mage's dream is more interesting. It's more fantastical, but I would argue that hearing the minutiae of it is not great. But you know what? Different strokes for different folks, I guess.
Ben's dreams are more psychologically damaging.
Yes. They're more about the human heart in conflict with itself, which is the only thing worth writing about, as they say.
Okay.
Why do I keep posting this one? Fucking hell. All right, the next one is oatjdern.jpg. I mean, what am I supposed to say to this?
I mean, are you pogging or are you cringing? You look pretty mad. They trapped you, it looks like.
I look like I'm cringing, but I think I might just be pogging too hard that like my face doesn't know what to do anymore. I look terrible in this picture. I look so bad at Redcon 2. Holy shit. And 3.
That's Redcon 3.
Yeah, you're right. Well, I look bad there too.
You're wearing
I look
the
even
shirt.
worse there. Yeah.
What is this backdrop? Just a random
It
road?
makes me think of Breaking Bad, but it might just be a random desert shot. I guess it's not even the desert because there's trees. Who won't somebody please help me remember who these girls are? They're from a comic. I want to know what the comic is. It called? Are they called Jenny?
Jenny and Benny.
Man, no, I might be thinking of. I think they're called Jenny.
There's such a mystery, and somebody knows because they keep. Oh, I think. Somebody knows.
Somebody knows. Oh God. Okay. No, I searched. I searched Jenny Boobs comic and I got some interracial
different results.
Stuff. Seems to be different. This is unrelated. This is not what I was looking for. Okay.
You got to keep coming back to the PCP. So eventually we'll find out what this is. That's the long running hook we got at the moment. Like, what the fuck? Where are these people from?
I know that it's a thing that people have seen because I've seen it and there were threads about it. It was mentioned in threads on Something Awful. And I just, but I can't remember. One of these days. Okay, anyway. Next one is I Like Apple. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Favorite fruit? Favorite fruit aesthetically?
I like the taste of apple.
They're okay.
Quite a lot. I think raspberry probably is my favorite because of the sharpness.
I mean, I like raspberry like candy. I kind of don't really like eating raspberries on their own because they're so mushy. They have like a mushy consistency.
They're good with like an ice cream thing.
Yeah.
Or just cream.
I like passion fruit, but I don't know. I've never like eaten one, and I kind of think that it's like not great to just eat. but like the flavor of it, like put into other things, is my favorite.
Is rhubarb a fruit?
Definitely not. Definitely not. It's a
Rhubarb, fleshy.
That's a stem
It's a stem of what?
of the rhubarb plant.
Oh,
It's
it's very sweet. I like rhubarb crumble, so
Oh, sure.
that's where my mind went.
Sure, but I mean, it's sweet because they add sugar to it. But like the actual, I mean, I guess you've never just tried raw rhubarb, but it's
I guess not.
But it's literally just the stem of a plant, and it's just like sour.
Well, I like the sour part.
Sure, it's good. I like it too. You know, when you add something sweet to it, it makes a nice blend of flavor. Kind of like how lemons are really sour, but it's really nice to make lemonade out of when you add sugar to it.
But I guess I like sour fruits.
But it's definitely not a fruit, because a fruit is like it contains the seeds, and a stem is not a fruit. I don't think the rhubarb plant doesn't even have fruits, or maybe it does. Maybe it has like little flowers that make little seeds at some point. Just we don't eat them.
I like lemon flavor.
I'm trying to think what my favorite fruit to just eat is, and I honestly, grapefruits. Oh no, definitely grapefruits. I love grapefruits.
I should try grapefruit.
Well, you never tried one?
Nah, I just never got around to it. It's just like my video games.
That's
it's got
weird.
a long list of fruits I haven't gotten around to yet.
You know that would disturb me greatly, except that I have met other people who have just like never had grapefruit, and like I guess it's some people just don't. I can't. I like them a lot. They're my favorite. They're juicy. Sometimes they're bad. Okay, sometimes they're bad. Sometimes they can be a little dry. If you get a bad one that's like dry, that sucks. But if you get a nice juicy one, it's perfect. Oh, it's perfect. Some people put sugar on theirs. I don't understand it. I don't think they need additional sugar. Did I mention what happened? That guy who has like moved into my house, who cooks in the kitchen, and I made fun of him and I called him effeminate.
I remember you talking about that last week.
There was
I listened to that part.
Yeah, well, there was a funny story. That guy, like, I guess he was eating Cheerios, and he was trying to put sugar on his Cheerios. Deranged thing to do, in my opinion. But I know that some people do it. But apparently, he saw my like gummy ingredients on the shelf, and he thought he was putting sugar on his Cheerios, but he had actually picked up my citric acid. And he sprinkled pure citric acid onto his Cheerios and ate them.
Sour Cheerios.
Yeah, I imagine it was not what he hoped it would be. Lol.
Oh, that sucks as well, because sour milk is spoiled.
Oh, that
like
must have been
sour.
That must have been disgusting. Oh yeah, it must have curdled the milk, probably. Maybe.
Well, it would make you think it's sour, like spoiled,
yeah,
because of the sourness.
Ugh, must have been gross. What was they even? What was they talking about? Sugar.
Fruit.
Oh, favorite fruit. Yeah, that's my answer. Passion fruit or grapefruit. Grapefruit is whatever. I answered already. Okay.
I like blueberries as well. Those are nice.
I've been putting blueberries in my oats, my overnight oats, and they're okay. Kind of have the same problem as raspberries. I sort of don't like. I wouldn't just like eat them. I wouldn't just like eat them straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I eat any fruit straight because I'm gay.
A grapefruit I'll just eat raw. Okay. People, the like normal way to eat a grapefruit is you cut it in half and then you scoop out the sections with a spoon. And that's fine and whatever. I just like tear it open and like pull the sections apart with my hands and just eat them like that.
Like an orange? What are the sections?
Yes, except they have an orange, you sort of, the sections sort of come apart because they have that like membrane in between, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you eat it with the membrane. A grapefruit has like the membrane is like thicker, but also it sort of separates more easily, so you actually kind of, I like pull open the membrane and like and then I kind of scoop the pulp out as like a section. I
With
pull
your
it out.
bare hands.
I pull it out of the I mean, yeah, it comes apart if you pull it apart. Yeah, I pull the fruit out of the membrane, and I eat that, and then I just kind of tear it apart into pieces, and it's great, and it's delicious. The next voicemail is called Gibb's Name. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey Gib, feel free to refuse an answer, of course, but what's your family call you? What's your at-home name?
They call me my birth name still because I haven't changed it. But I ain't telling you that. I ain't giving that out for free.
I mean, I know what it is.
Yeah. So I mean, it's been out there.
Okay. All right. That's what I thought.
Yeah. I have been dabbling. Though with using Amy as a name. I don't know whether I truly want to commit to using that, so I've been using it as like when I play a video game and it says "What's your name?" I put that in.
Well, I mean,
at the moment that's my video game name.
Okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, I just call you Gib anyway. So like,
yeah, on the internet,
yeah,
Gib is fine and dandy.
Yeah. Alrighty. Next one is called Moo. 3, 2, 1, go.
Do you think it's theoretically possible for an AI to perfectly imitate a human?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
give it enough time.
I mean, you can have an AI create an image that does look like it was drawn by a human. Like you can do it. It can't do it all the time.
Oh, they didn't say drawing an image. They just said completely replicate a human. Like,
oh,
just the way humans do things.
It's called. There's a video game you should play. It's called Mega Man X that asks this very same question.
Because is artificial intelligence really that smart?
I mean, theoretically, yeah. Because like, I mean, if a human brain exists, therefore it would be theoretically possible to construct one that would do the same thing, right?
Yeah. The only way you could hypothetically get there is not by micromanaging everything about the brain, but as creating a machine that can learn, which is what AI generally is. And so, given enough time, I think you could make sentient robot people.
It might not be possible to do with like computer hardware as it exists. Like it might not be possible to do with like transistors the way that like a computer is constructed.
Like you would need to like some sort of nanotechnology needs to be invented. Yeah,
you would. It might be that like just the technological substrate that a computer is built of just like can't like functionally replicate like what a human brain does at like the microscopic level. So yeah, there might need to be a different method or like
silicon based.
Yeah, or like quantum computer run with like a superconducting material or something like that, or
rubber bands inside.
So I would say theoretically yes, but that doesn't really mean much in terms of like will we do it. Next one is called Happy New Year. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, I'm the man who had gay sex. I told you guys about it, and had some more gay sex, and it only gets better.
That's crazy, dude.
I love you guys, and I love everyone, and I hope you guys have a great 2023. Business the stinker and give. Eagles, guillotine.
Yeah.
I couldn't make out some of that.
Nah, they're having a good time. That's good. That's nice.
Okay. Yeah, true. Next one is called Ben's periodic reminder to look in the mirror and call himself at ahandsomeDevil.com. Okay.
Have you ever done that?
Nope.
Ah, you got to get on that. That's part of your list of things.
Yeah. All right. I'll put it on my whiteboard. Next one is an image.
It's an image. It's Peter Parker.
People who defend human art with an AI art. People who enjoy speedruns. People who enjoy tasks. For some reason, the first two constantly fight each other. Well, a task is made by a human. I don't really see the connection between these two things.
The first two constantly fight. Yeah, they're not really equatable. A task is still like an impressive feat for someone to derive.
I mean,
like a strategy for how to do it, and then seeing it play out is just like pressing play on like a video. Like it's not like if you record your drawing and then you play back the recording. That's not AI. Yeah,
a speed draw, like a human. When you see a program running, do you think, oh, a human didn't make this program? Like a computer is running it. A human didn't write it because a computer is running it. Like that's what a task is. A human wrote the instructions. The computer is just executing them. So this is a stupid example. Next one is well. There's an image and a minute 30 long voicemail. So let's look at the image first. Does Midjourney's license allow for commercial use of imagery generated by the platform? Yes, but if you're working for a bigger company than $1 million in annual revenue, we ask that you buy a corporate license. Did you see consent from living artists or work still under copyright? No, there isn't really a way to get 100 million images and know where they're coming from. It would be cool if images had metadata embedding them a copyright owner or something, but that's not a thing. There's not a registry. There's no way to find a picture on the internet and then automatically trace it to an owner and then have any way. Okay, so this is just Midjourney admitting that, like, no, we don't have any method in place to prevent the use of, like, someone else's intellectual property in order to generate the images we make. Cool. At least they're honest about it. This pretty much renders anything that it makes, like, suspect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, what's the audio then?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, just checking in once more about the like AI art debate thing. Just because Ben mentioned something, like he assumed quite reasonably, honestly, that creators of art making quote unquote AI would always insist basically that their models were ethically sourced.
I did not.
Like
I did not.
say,
I did not assume that they would insist on that.
That are like in the public domain or like whatever, right? Like that are fair to use even for monetary gain or something.
I would insist on that.
But in fact,
for commercial purposes,
and I'll link the tweet, but there is an actual interview with David Holz, the creator of Midjourney, or the founder, who just says, like, well, we literally don't know, like, where we're getting our fucking images from. He just says, like, no, there is really not a way to get 100 million images and know where they're coming from. So, like, he's literally admitting to theft, practically speaking. Like, and the funniest part is these same model makers too, they have a very different approach to like AI for making music, because the laws are more stringent and more like actively pursued. So they're afraid of getting sued for that one, but not for art, because artists are like weaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
all right.
What if you put like you couldn't easily get like stock photos without paying for the license to remove the thing. And stock photo companies, they make a lot of that, and they're sensible about protecting it as much as they can. They probably don't put that in the Midjourney thing. They just go for whatever's is easiest to get. So just things are online.
I mean, yeah, I have no idea what method Midjourney uses to like accumulate its image.
It could be as simple as Google image search.
That's like my naive assumption is that, like, do you just Google image search and it puts stuff together? Maybe. I just don't know, but like, yeah, I definitely did not assume that AI generators creators or people that use it would insist on that. That's what I said. That would be my criteria for like, is this good actually? At least like in terms of like commercial use. Without that assurance, it's like it's a hard no. And like, okay, I guess we definitely don't have that assurance. Maybe I don't know. Maybe there are other ones that do a more ethical job of it. Just to be clear though, like for non-commercial purposes, I kind of think anything's fair game. Like fuck it, steal other people's art and mash them up. If as long as you're not like selling it, like who cares?
Yep.
Okay, next one is just one more at gmail.lol.
It's a picture of a guy.
Let's see this guy.
Just looks like a guy.
There he is. Okay, I'll play the voicemail. 3, 2, 1, go.
Also, I'm sorry, but like, I just looked at the Forbes article that this excerpt comes from, and it has a picture in it of what Mr. Holz looks like. And I gotta say, I was expecting a little bit more of a Brad Garlinghouse looking type, but instead, first of all, he looks like a fucking hobbit. He looks like he's about to go, oh, Master Frodo. Master Frodo, I have a beautiful new image. It looks very creepy. It looks very odd. A machine created it. Oh my god! And also, am I crazy or does his fucking face look AI generated? It's fucking weird.
I mean,
it's the weird like Mark Zuckerberg Unreal artificial human vibes. Jesus Christ!
I think he looks
what a fucking goon.
I think he looks pretty normal.
I assumed when you posted the image that this was like an AI generated face or something. And I was looking for things, and I think his right eye, or his left eye, that's looking a little sus. But then it's a photo of a person, so
I don't think it... I think people are just asymmetrical sometimes.
Yeah.
I just think it's just a shadow or something.
No, I found that I'm asymmetrical in a way that I didn't realize before, and it fucked me up. I looked in the mirror, I was like, wait, what's wrong with my face? What's wrong with my eyes? Do I look like this? Oh my god.
I'm definitely a little asymmetrical in like a little bit in like my jaw, in my ear, my like hairline. It's like a little bit I'm asymmetrical in a bunch of different. My glasses actually kind of rest like a little bit crooked because like my ears are a little asymmetrical. I'm fucked up.
That
also,
sucks.
You know what else is fucking me up is still Discord is not showing me like a properly timed green circle. It like still is not capable of like just displaying when the sound is being produced. It's been like 3 hours now. What? And I'm getting angry about it all over again.
Just don't worry about it. Re-download Discord after this.
Okay. Next one is it's another one. Wait, did I just download that one we just listened to? No, but I will. Okay, the next one is unrelated from Prince Isolation. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Completely unrelated. I just wanted to clear up one small thing about Tom the Tin Can Man. I don't know if I brought it across completely accurately in the voicemail that I was talking about him, but I just want to make clear that I like him. In fact, I love him, and I want him to keep calling into the PCP, just to make sure. Tom, Mr. Tin Can Man, whatever your name is, I love you, and genuinely keep calling into the PCP. You're great. In fact, get a tinier microphone, please. Get a tinier one. Smoke more weed before you call in.
Well,
please.
We already
okay. Mwah.
We already had him ask us what our favorite fruit is, so wish granted.
Mm-hmm.
Next one is called By Definition. 3, 2, 1, go. There he is.
So
the man himself.
Older movies, classics that I needed to watch, and Basically, is Jesse literally Beetlejuice?
No.
Jesse,
Next.
literally Beetlejuice.
What am I supposed to say to that? The answer is no. Okay.
If you say his name, Jesse, something
yes.
happens.
Something happens. Okay, next one is from Mage of Light. Okay, it's in two parts. Regarding AI art, part 1. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
So regarding the AI art thing, I think I said this on the Bancourt I like a lot of time ago. I think it's interesting to, like you said, to see what it can do, like the machine learning, I think it's the name of it.
Yeah.
Like to put words and see what it spits out, like how does it think? How does it connect concepts or shit like that? I think that's funny, that's interesting, but also like the problem with it is that I have yet to see a single AI art app that is not monetized in some way. Like they always are like buy premium and do more things or shit like that. And it's like that is the fucking problem. If it was just free for everyone, it would be like, okay, you know what? Do whatever the fuck you want. You can already do it. It would take you a lot of time, image editing and all that. But whatever, it's the internet. We know that it's like that. But the problem is that it is just why do they have to charge for it? It's the problem. That's the main problem to me. Like that shouldn't be like that.
I mean,
it's a guy with headphones who looks like a hobbit who's like, what if I do this? Then I can make money.
I mean,
I can pay for my what do I have? Apartment.
The fact that the guy is made a program and he's charging for use of the program is not really like the problematic part of it, because like that's normal when you. I mean, I don't like if it's like subscription based, but like that's a separate problem.
If he had the program and he had a website and you could go to the website and generate something for free, but maybe he gets paid through traffic. Like, is that better?
I mean, yeah, it's better. But I don't begrudge someone for monetizing their work.
Quote unquote there.
Well, yeah. I mean, they made the program.
I know. But that's the whole problem. Is that the
resource
problem he's mining is
the problem
stolen.
with the work is that what it produces is a theft machine. He built this machine and that's cool, but like what the machine does, it's what the machine does that is like the AI problem, not that like he's selling the machine. Okay.
Yeah, I guess if it was free, if it was a free thing that you could generate an image based off of stolen work, you could still then use that image to make your own money. So it would not solve the problem of art being taken without consent.
Yeah, I think it. You said it. There was well, okay. Let's listen to part 2 because there's 2 parts to this one. 3, 2, 1, go.
Also, if you think that you can just input something into an AI art machine and then that is you doing something other than just stealing shit, I want you to know that you're worse than fucking Merriweather, who actually pays people for the work, or even fucking more logic, the Wonder Bread guy. You're worse than them.
Okay. There's all right. There was a thread going around on Twitter the other day it showed these like shoes that were they were these like Baroque sort of like
oh yeah, I saw those. They look so cool.
They looked really cool. I'm trying to find them. I can't find the.
They're in my likes.
Yeah, if you could find those for me, I would appreciate it because I'm coming up blank on a search. And yeah, someone pointed out that they were AI generated. They were nice looking designs. There they are. Nike X Balmain Rococo. I mean, beautiful.
Who's
beautiful
Balmain?
shoes. I have no idea.
Is that the name of the guy who's saying I invented this by typing it into the AI generator? Or is it like some other thing? Because I assumed it was like, a fancy designer had a collaboration with Nike products to make a series of like extremely expensive designer shoes that are, fashionable. Like that time, Xbox made a Gucci like combo thing. There was like Gucci and Xbox made a Gucci Xbox controller or something with a weird like lavish controller case. It's like that sort of thing.
These are pretty gorgeous shoes. I just I think a human could have come up with this. I guess it's nice that like the computer did such a good job, putting the pieces together to design these shoes. Like I guess that's something that it did pretty well. But I think a human could have come up with these ideas. I guess maybe it's saved on like design work. But like
I mean, the fact that a human came up with the prompts implies that you could come up with this.
Right. Yeah, true. And also just like, these images are fine, but they're just images. Like if someone wanted to make these shoes, like you would still have to make them. Like I said, I don't have any problem with someone using an AI to mash images together. And maybe if it comes up with something, if it puts things together that like looks cool, like use that. Like it's a cool idea, but you would then have to actually make these shoes, and like because these shoes don't exist, and an AI can't do that. And I think that a human could have conceptualized them. I guess it would have been very work intensive to like produce images like this of a theoretical shoe with these designs.
Yeah.
I wonder how much like work had to go into like refining the prompts and stuff and training the AI in a particular way to get it to produce such high quality, renders. Anyway,
I want to buy them. Somebody should just take the designs, steal them from the AI because,
I don't want to buy them because I know these are going to cost like $900.
Yeah, but then somebody should make them. And then I should be like, oh, cool, I wish I could have that.
I can't. I'm glad somebody else will buy those so that I don't have to fund the creation of such a thing.
The world happiness gone up.
Perhaps.
What's the bike thing?
Yeah, the Shen. Total happiness in the world increase.
Total happiness in the world increase, but like not in a stupid way.
I don't know why I brought these up. I think because Mage of Light mentioned like it's interesting to see like what the computer comes up with, and like here's an example.
Yeah.
Of, like,
I mean, I wouldn't say that its AI generation is like inherently gross. It's just the practice around it.
Yeah. The practice. Okay. In particular, what's really irksome is when I see someone saying like, "I'm an artist because I put the right prompts in." Like that pisses me off. No, you're not. The program made this image. You merely stumbled upon. Maybe you had to iterate, but like I don't care. Like it's not art to like refine a series of image searches to produce a result that you're happy with. Like,
I mean, even
no matter what,
if you do a prompt in these things and you get a series of images and you don't like any of them, you can use the exact same prompt and do it again and get different images. So it's not like the prompt is exactly tied to whatever image ends up. So it's like you have less creative control than you think you do.
There's a guy who made like a children's book.
The soulless man with no soul?
I don't know, maybe?
I think that, maybe I saw it. There was a guy who's just, like, AI generated an entire book and tried to sell it as his own work. and he looked like the sort of person who has never thought anything nice in his whole life.
I don't know if it's the same guy, but there was a guy who made an AI-generated children's book. And, okay, even though I think the book was probably bad, I do think that it is art, in the sense that, like, the images are not, like, he is not an artist. He did not produce the images. The computer produced the images, but he did select them and curate them and put them together into a book. And I do think that is art. I don't think it's necessarily good, but I do think curation and, like, selecting and, like, putting things together into a coherent work is art of a sort. So I do think that, like, a book made of images that were AI generated is art. Just like, I think, Harry Partridge said that he used AI to, like, generate some backgrounds for an animation. And, like, the animation that he made using those AI generated images is still art. The background itself is not really, because a computer made it.
Well, the only difference would be is that he doesn't AI generate the entirety of the animation, just an aspect of it. With this children's book, it's an entire. Like, did he AI generate the story as well? I don't disagree with the curation. I don't know. I think AI might have been used in writing. I think he said that, like, AI wrote the text as well. It's kind of like a collage. If you take a bunch of artists' work and you cut out bits that you like and stick them together, you've made a collage using other people's work.
Yeah.
So it's creative in that sense, but, like,
yes,
you didn't really.
The individual pieces. No, I'll put my foot down. A hardline stance is that, like, if a computer generates the image, you are not the artist. You might do something with it. You might curate it. You might arrange it. You might edit it into something, and then you could maybe say that you have some ownership over that thing. Okay. Next one is a dream I had last night. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, Ben Saint, and I assume there's other people on the podcast this week.
True.
I had a dream last night, and you were in it, so I thought I would tell you. So
oh boy.
I was in the jungle, right? Because I was on vacation on this tropical island, and I had already gotten a pretty good tan the other day, but there was a monkey in the house, but that's not important. We were in the jungle, and there was this big snake, and you spotted it slithering in the grass, and it had, like, cat ears, like it was like a cat snake. And you were like, see, the trick to this is, and then you, like, went to try to grab it, and you grabbed it, and then it, like, went around and bit you, and yeah, it seems like something you would do. Fucking idiot.
I'm sorry. God.
Yeah, see, the trick with these cat snakes is, stabbed. Yeah, I can see it.
Like,
I like the idea of a cat ear snake.
It's like, I can't even like, mistakes that I didn't even actually make. It's like, nah, Ben would do that, so let's hold him accountable. Man, there's just no winning. Yeah, the trick to this cat snake, I think I would avoid such a creature.
It wasn't true, but the fact that I thought it could be says a lot about society.
There's a lot about society. There's a lot about the podcast. There's a lot about the state of the podcast. Next one is an image. Imager. Let's see. What do we got?
It's a cartoon.
Honey, could you get the meat out of the fridge while I'm chopping these potatoes? Sure thing, dear. But who is the cuck and who is the chat in this scenario? Yeah.
It did seem a little funny.
I
like the idea
of
a cooking person.
That I'm watching two people cooking, and I'm thinking, like, one of these people is getting played. Like, one of these people, one of these people is the winner, and one of these people is the loser in this scenario.
Cooking is nice. I like the smell.
Maybe
it feels good sometimes to get some good food made.
I'm not gonna disagree. I think it's true that it says more about me than it says about anything else that I saw a couple like cooking, and I thought, and my assumption is like, this guy is just doing this to impress that girl. This guy's just doing this to like, yeah, as like a move.
I mean, even if that was the reason, like ultimately, it's like, what's the problem?
I guess. Well,
like, I'm gonna learn how to cook in order to make myself appear more attractive.
Then I would shake my head and I would say,
"Nah, he should be unattractive."
He made a delicious meal, but like, did it cost him his soul? Did it cost him his soul?
No.
No. The answer is no. Okay. Lamau. All right, next one. I like this. I like this one. This one's really funny. I should tweet this. This is about me. I feel like this represents me, honestly. Yeah. The next one is called 5 Skin Head. 3, 2, 1, go.
Ben, you should absolutely give a shit about your foreskin. This thing is super important. Let me tell you, as a kid, I was the only peeled person in my whole family, and whenever we would like pee, I'd look over and see that their penises look different than mine.
Why?
And I feel left out.
Why would you all pee together?
Why mine looks so weird compared to them, you know?
Yeah.
It made me feel bad.
Definitely.
But also,
that's rough.
Having a foreskin is just better for sexual acts, from like masturbation.
How would you know?
To insertion and everything in between. Like, there's no benefit to circumcision aside from the fact that it's marginally easier to to clean your penis. But, you know, that's such a minor benefit compared to everything else.
How do you know?
And also, it is
maybe they've
totally
seen
possible to regrow your foreskin.
Oh my god!
You just have to like train it with tools or whatever.
What the fuck?
There's a Penn and Teller bullshit episode about it. It's pretty disgusting.
What?
And I'm too much of a pussy to do it.
No.
But
no,
it's totally possible. Do your research.
Shut up, man. This guy's fucking with me. This guy's fucking with me by delivering this completely insane.
You can grow it back, Ben.
Information in like such a deadpan. He sounds like he believes it. He sounds like he really believes it, and it's messing with me. Okay.
You just gotta get your inner like chameleon, your inner lizard, to grow that skin back.
Okay, there is a Penn and Teller bullshit episode about circumcision. Maybe I'll watch it sometime. Okay. Next one is
Image. Ben
do you think that guy's sincere, or is he joking?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe he feels very sad about not having a foreskin.
But he can't actually think.
Maybe he's hoping
that you can regrow your foreskin by training it with tools, right? Like, that's a completely deranged thing to say.
What kind of tools? Like, I can't even imagine.
Tools? Okay.
Sort of like a vice grip, like pulling on it. Like, what the hell?
I train it with tools. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, this one. Ben will never be the protagonist of TPC. Bencast 3.0, you cannot procrastinate. There you go. You know, they said it couldn't be done. But I've proved them all wrong.
That old Procrastinators logo always reminded me of like really cheap oven pizza logo.
It's so funny that like, look at like the angles of the letters.
Yeah.
It's like really fucked. It's like the T. I see what they were going for. Like, they're following the curve of the top. Like, the T is tilted to the left, and the C is tilted to the right, and the P is straight. But like, really, like the bottom of the T should be stretched out as like to follow the bottom curve of the oval. You know?
Yep.
Okay.
No,
right.
I was sorry. I was yawning again.
I know. I know. I must be. We must have been going too long. CC says TPC then Jeff Thu and Trixie guest starring Ben. TPC now Ben and Gibbon guest starring Laserbot. Not exactly true. Jeff was never really a main member. Jeff was always just kind of there. Next, wait, no, I already. Okay, next one is called Thumbs Up. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hahaha, good one, Oblivion Fall. Next voicemail.
Close, but no cigar on that one.
I can't believe Oblivion Fall is so obsessed with regrowing his foreskin. Like, I didn't
that was Oblivion Fall's voice, of course.
Yeah, definitely. He's so distinctive. He's got that rich chocolatey cadence. Did you know that Oblivion Fall actually was the narrator of both Disco Elysium and Hades? It's true. Look it up.
Wow.
Look it up on IMDb.
He was also the voice of Samurai Jack?
Same guy. Yep. And Ren and Stimpy. Both Ren and Stimpy.
Oh my god. I can't believe it.
I know. It's hard to believe, and yet. Okay, next one is called... it's an Imgur link. I'll get back regular drawing soon at loveyou.vvv.
Yay, VVV.
It's Vinny. Oh, look at these. Oh, these are cool.
It's Cup Killer.
Oh, I actually really like these.
Murder Meteor Cup Killington.
Oh, wow.
You'll get...
They're kind of cool, actually. I flipped the canvas to make... I flipped the canvas to make sure it was balanced, and I forgot to flip it back, so the progression may seem backwards, but whatever. Yo Gib, I annoyed Ben in the time I haven't been able to draw, so this is more of an apology for this week.
Why are you saying me?
Vinny did annoy me because he was like posting like way too many memes in my server.
Oh, right.
He would do this thing where he would just be like, he would find like a completely random image and he would just post it and be like, this is just like when Ben does X, or this is when Ben does Y, and it would be like just some random shit. And I was like, Vinny, what are you talking about? Why did you post this picture of like a cat? And it's like, haha, this is just like when Ben sees a girl and embarrasses himself. So yeah, okay, I think that's what he's talking about. I really like this meteor.
Yeah, I like the teeth. They're very like chunky.
Yeah. These are cool. I feel like Vinny. This is like the best Vinny art in terms of like art. I don't know. Yeah, good teeth. I see he's using the tablet. And he's drawing digitally. Yeah, the good use of color. Yeah, the bright teeth on the black meteor. That looks awesome. Genuinely looks really cool.
So it's like a cycle: natural Ben Saint to Cup Killer to murder meteor.
Oh, the little arrows. Natural Ben Saint. Oh, I see.
This is your evolution. This is your Pokemon evolution.
Yeah. It's the apotheosis of Dark Ben becomes Murder Meteor Cop Killington. Okay, I'm just looking. I'm just admiring my teeth. That is what my teeth look like. I gotta go to the dentist.
They're bright green and glowing.
They're bright green and glowing. One of these days. Oh, maybe after I finish the book. I gotta finish the book so I can... Maybe that's why I haven't finished the book. Because I know that after I finish the book, I gotta go to the dentist.
You can do the dentist at any time.
Wrong.
You can say to the dentist, please make a appointment. And they say, okay.
You would think so. But it's just not how it works, unfortunately. It's more complicated.
They want to see the book first?
You wouldn't understand, yeah. They said, Ben Saint, why are you
Don't
on the
even
phone?
show your face around here unless you got that book done.
Don't call us again until until the book is out. You're not allowed to have teeth until then.
What a thing to say to someone. You're not allowed to have teeth.
We will not serve you. You do not deserve this form of medical care. That's the last voicemail. We did it.
Yeah.
Yay!
Hooray. That's the end.
That is the end. Do you have any final shit to say?
Well, Ben's going to be streaming. We're going to be streaming as a PCP.
Sometime this week I will do... Well, by the time this episode is out, I will have already done at least one stream. I might also do a few streams. I've been thinking about it. Like art streams?
I don't know about art streams. Maybe art streams. That's the thing. I can't decide whether I want to play video games or draw. Because like drawing would be saving on like time. I could be doing two things at once, but I don't know.
Kind of true. I mean, since I'm gonna do gaming because my plan is to play those games on. It's kind of the whole point. So, yeah. I don't know. I always found drawing on stream very distracting. I always found chat like really distracting from like me trying to actually do the work, you know?
Yeah. I guess my streams were quite quiet because I did them at like weird hours and for a long time. So people would jump in and then leave. Yeah. When I did those.
Well, I mean, it's like if the chat is not active, then it's like, why am I even streaming this? But if the chat is active, then it's like it's distracting me from drawing. I guess
I think I managed to do more work just because it's easier to work with an audience.
Is it kind of like
than it is like it like the distractions are outweighed by the compulsion to not fuck around.
Yeah, it's like because people are watching. You don't want to like seem like you're just wasting time.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Oh, you know what I could do? Yeah. My Dark Cloud video. I could play Dark Cloud on stream.
Oh.
I could use that footage for the video. That could be fun.
Oh, you mean the one... Oh, I didn't realize you were actually working on that.
Well, the prerequisite is that I need to play the games all the way through, and then keep tabs on like various things, because not everything is in the wiki, and so I need to delve deep and find all the text boxes and stuff. And if I have I play a 100% playthrough of both of them, then I'll have all the footage. I'll see everything.
I mean, I don't know how it'll go, but when I eventually make the Battle Network lecture, I could definitely see myself using some clips of me streaming it if I have any reactions to any really bizarre stuff in there. I might use some footage from the streams to highlight some shit. Definitely. That's the goal. You gotta do work. You spend your time doing things that all feed into each other. It's all part of the workflow funnel. You funnel it all into content. You gotta make content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love content.
I do love content.
Me feel content.
I'm such a little piggy. I just want to roll around in my content slop.
Yeah, true.
Just want to roll.
And I'm tired of pretending that I care about quality.
I just want to eat my little content. I always want to eat my content from my content trough. I just want to go up to that trough and just stick my face in there and just slurp up all the content. It just comes down the pipe. I'm just a plant in a big crop circle, waiting for the big bar to rotate over me and drip some content on me so I can grow.
Oh yeah, all the plants in the world, they see water as content to consume. If you're a plant, imagine you're a plant. Well, to you, water would be like a new Red Letter Media video. You need it to live, and if you don't get it, you'll wither and die. Did you see the news reporting about the Nuki video? They did the one where they finally watched Nuki? Yeah. I saw a Twitter video of somebody recording the news where it's talking about the Nuki tape. And it's got a lot of money.
Oh yeah, but what I'm talking about is there was at least one news outlet that reported on it. and they pretty much like they reported it like it was a scam, like as though Red Letter Media were like scamming people.
Oh, I didn't see that. I saw like they said it was going to charity and it was all fine. That's an interesting news story. Moving on.
The one I saw was like, oh, YouTubers destroy like copies of like a rare VHS tape in order to drive up the price of like their one copy. And it's like, God, like the video is literally like a parody of that. It's literally like a commentary on that, like people do that and it's bad. And yeah. Fucking, but they just reported on it as though it were being done just like sincerely. Ugh, very frustrating. I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad for Red Letter Media because like they're fine, but it is annoying to see the facts misrepresented in such a way. You understand?
It's the sort of I mean, it's the with regards to Red Letter Media, especially. There's no chance of that like false narrative sticking anywhere.
No. Because
some old person who's like, I've never heard of this Nuki before.
I thought you were going to say, I've never heard of Red Letter Media before. But they probably haven't heard of Nuki
fans.
either. Yeah. Right. It's like, damn. Just, I saw Jay was tweeting about that, like, this was the way that this particular outlet chose to report on it. It reminded me of Taylor Lorenz reporting on the frickin' chili neighbor situation. Choosing to both sides the chili neighbor thing.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, not the chili thing.
Yes, the chili thing. It will never go away. It will never leave the discourse. It'll never leave my personal discourse. It dealt me irreparable psychic damage.
Imagine both sidesing somebody giving chili to someone else.
Yeah. A person gave their neighbor chili, and some other people got really angry at them about it. But, like, we need to, we gotta, like, let's hear both sides of the issue. Let's hear both sides. Maybe they got a point. Because why else would they be mad? There must be a problem.
Wasn't like there was a kitten punching tweet. Or whatever.
But we could start that discourse.
Oh, like punch a kitten?
Yeah. And then when the news reports on it, like, podcasters punch kitten and tweet about it, and then we retweet the article and we roll our eyes and we say, these guys don't understand. We were doing it as commentary on other people that punch kittens. We were doing it ironically to show how bad it is.
Oh, yeah,
they don't
that's
get
why.
it. They just don't get it. We're being persecuted by the liberal media.
Mm-hmm.
Become a patron at patreon.com/the Procrastinators. Okay. Are we done?
Get in the PCP Minecraft server.
Do join the PCP Minecraft server. You don't even need to become a patron to do that. We will.
That's free.
Stream that soon.
Yep.
We'll let you know. We'll let you know on Twitter when we're going to stream. Okay. Do you want to like commit to like stream like next week on Wednesday or something? Like the next Wednesday after this episode goes live. Do you want to like announce it ahead of time?
The 25th.
I don't know. Perhaps.
That's the next Wednesday after this episode goes live.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think anything's happening then.
Okay. Yeah. We will do another PCP live stream on the PCP Minecraft server next on January the 25th. So if you want to, I don't know, make some stupid shit in the Minecraft server and then force us to look at it, join the Minecraft server, link down below, and make it by then, and then join us on the stream and yell at us to go, hey, look at this thing I made, and then we'll have to do that. So that's how that works. And it's free now, so no excuses. Okay, I think that's the end.
Yep.
Good episode. Thank you for listening. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Yeah.